carryover from that practice to these games, and I think it boils down to one singular word, and that's confidence. We've struggled offensively. We've mentioned our point total has dipped down sub 50, and we haven't scored 50 but one time in the last 5 games. So we just have to build some confidence, and I think a lot of that boils down to seeing the ball go in the basket. And when it doesn't, we've got to try something different. We're going to see that zone from Caverna tonight, and we've seen zone a ton. We've struggled mightily from the three-point line. So what can we do different against that zone besides just sit out there and settle for threes? So I know they've been working on that in practice. That's something they've preached to the girls, and let's see if there's some carryover tonight. And as we move to Grayson next week and we move to Central Hardin, and see if we can constantly build that confidence going into Allen County in, I guess, a week and a half or so.
Yeah. Cornelius Faulkner, his second time around coaching the Lady Colonels. He coached them from 2007 to 2015 and then took it back over after a 2-year hiatus. 2017 is when he took the team back over, so he's in his 5th season this year, second time around for the Lady Colonels. And according to their schedule, this is their last regular season game tonight. Unless they pick up a game next week against somebody, there's nobody else left on the schedule until tournament time, and they are the 4th seed. I don't think the district tournament pairings have been posted yet in the 18th district, but Hart County, Greene County, LaRue County with Caverna the 4th seed right now, and only 2 wins this year. They beat Washington County 41-34, Adair County 36-28, and their 10 losses, they lost to Russellville by 6, Hart County by 36, Bardstown Bethlehem, a very good basketball team, a team that's favored to possibly win that region, by 51, lost to Greene County by 42, Campbellsville by 22. They only lost to Glasgow by 2 points, Warren East by 34, Taylor County by 5, LaRue by 12, and then Cumberland last night by 6 points. They were 9-13 last year. They did go to the 18th district, or lost to Hart County 61-58 in overtime, and of course Barren County won the ball game 70-31 last year. Trojanetts have won 5 straight over the Lady Colonels, dating back to 2015, the last time a Caverna team beat a Barren County team, and they finished 18-11 that year, and that was the first time that they had last time they had a winning season. They won the 18th district 2 years ago, went all the way to the 5th region semifinals under Cornelius Faulkner, but a very young team this year, but a team that Coach Faulkner, he's going to work with these next 3 or 4 years, especially with these 7th and 8th graders.
Yeah, and they, like you said, they've struggled this year. Their only 2 wins have come against their cellar-dwelling mates in the 5th region. Adair County nor Washington County, their 2 wins, have won a 5th region game. So a couple wins over some struggling teams, and a team that we can't let build confidence against us tonight. That's some of the things that we've done. We've let some teams hang around against us, and ended up with some close games when we might not have been in them or should have been in them. So hopefully we come out here tonight motivated, with some energy, and ready to go on a Friday night. You get a weekend off, I presume, before a normal week, if you will, like we normally end the season with just 2 games on a Tuesday and Thursday.
Tip off the season with huge savings and score big at Don Franklin Glasgow. We'll be back with more of the Don Franklin Glasgow Countdown to Tip-Off pregame report here on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7. The Caverna Lady Colonels average 35.6 points a game, and they only shoot 27% from the field, 18.6% from behind the arc. They only average about 2 threes a game. They shoot 57% from the foul line and average 23 rebounds a game. The Trojanetts are averaging 49 points a game, giving up 38.8 to their opponents, averaging about 4 threes a game at 26.3%, and they shoot 65.3% from the foul line, averaging 25.6 rebounds a game. Several games on the schedule for tonight as we take a look at the games around the area, brought to you by CRS Construction, providing exceptional construction service with the highest attention to detail, and lots of basketball tonight as we head toward the last week of the regular season next week. Several girl-boy doubleheaders tonight. Dare County's at Cumberland County, Greene County at Edmonson County, Monroe County is at Franklin Simpson, Allen County Scottsville at Metcalfe County, Russell County is at Taylor County tonight. Also, Russellville is at Logan County this evening. Glasgow boys are at Hart County, just up the road from us, and North Oldham boys are at Bowling Green. Todd Central boys at Bowling Green Foundation Christian Academy. Owensboro Catholic boys taking on Greenwood tonight at the Owensboro Sports Center. LaRue County boys are at Warren Central, and a game that I would say is getting close to being over with is Clinton County boys taking on Louisville Evangel Christian at the All-A State semifinals at EKU in Richmond. Of course, we'll be in Richmond tomorrow. The Trojans in action against Madison Central. That'll be a varsity game only at 5 o'clock, and so we'll be up there to broadcast that game for you here on Nash 103.7 and also on 104thescore.com. Zaxby's keys to the game tonight, Robert?
Well, I said the one word earlier that I think I'll stick with for the keys, and that's just confidence. We've got to build that confidence. It comes on the offensive end. You know, we harp on offense, but our girls have been playing excellent defense. They've been averaging and giving up only 39 points a game. That's really good. You know, that's less than 10 points a quarter if you average it out. So our defense has been excellent, but a lot of times our frustration falls on the offensive end. So they got to get rid of that frustration. They got to find some confidence, and hopefully it starts tonight.
Right. Back with the starting lineups as we continue our Don Franklin Glasgow countdown to tip-off pregame report on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
This is Terry Bunnell, Chairman, President, and CEO of the People's Bank. We want to be your community bank, one that you can trust and rely on, a place where not only are your banking needs met, but you're also greeted with a friendly face. It's neighbors helping neighbors, local people helping local people. At the People's Bank, let us work for you. The People's Bank, working for you, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Excellence starts with a solid foundation. CRS Construction Company is a business that lays down that solid foundation, getting construction sites ready for new builds. A family-owned commercial and industrial construction company based in Glasgow, the owners have a combined experience of over 60 years in the construction business. They specialize in excavation, site development, and site utilities. CRS
Their head coach, Cornelius Faulkner. They'll start Calliana Richardson, a 6-foot sophomore, averaging 14.2 points and 7 rebounds a game. Krista Gamboa, 5'8 junior, averages 9.7 points and 4 rebounds. Tavy Gonzalez, a 6-foot sophomore, 8.2 points, 7 rebounds a game. Riley Hoskins, a 5'9 junior, averages 2. And the other starter tonight will be Gianna Knuckles, a 5'7" 7th grader for the Barren County Trojanetts under 6th-year head coach Piper Lindsay. Her assistant coaching staff, Scott Chapman, Chad Withrow, and Brent Spillman. Katie Murphy, the point guard, 5'6" freshman, averaging 6 points and 4 rebounds a game. Raven Ennis, a 5'10 junior, averages 16.5 points and 6 rebounds. Emma Hughes, the only senior on the ball club, a 5'6 senior, 5 points, 3.7 rebounds a game. Addison London, 5'8 junior, averages 6.5. Abby Varney, 5'5 freshman, also averages 6.5 points a game for the Trojanetts. I'm not sure when they'll do the national anthem. I don't know if it's before the lineups or after the lineups. They do it differently at different locations. So we'll just have to wait and see. We'll have the Farmers RACC Jackie Browning Memorial opening half. First quarter of action brought to you by German American Bank, supporting the communities they serve and believe that when community thrives, its people prosper. The officials out of Region 5. Of course, we're in the 5th region tonight with Caverna, and brought to you by Barren County Sheriff Kent Keene. Don't forget, district tournament action starts a week from Monday night at Barren County High School, the 15th district. It'll be a boys doubleheader. 5:30, Allen County Scottsville takes on Monroe County, followed by the Barren County Trojans and the Glasgow Scotties. There will be a clearing of the gym in between games. The first game will be at 5:30. Second game will not start until around 7:45 to 8 o'clock. And it may be a different as far as number of vouchers now. At first it was 200, and now they just announced today that the recommendation will allow you to up that to 25% capacity in the gymnasiums for, I guess it's effective immediately.
Yeah, it won't go up by very much at all. We were at 15 and can go up to 25. So, 25 of our capacity is about 1,000 people when you take into account everybody. That's players, coaches, the limited amount of cheerleaders you get in, game personnel. So that's 1,000 people total. And we got to socially distance. This is the worst time to let up on that social distance with the district and regional tournament coming. And we've been very lucky this year. We've got to definitely stay on our game with that, so the boys and girls can finish out this nice run they've had.
Yep. All right, we'll be back with the opening half here from Caverna High School as the Trojanetts take on the Lady Colonels in Game 1, followed by the Trojans and Colonels in Game 2. As you're following the broadcast, this is Barren County High School basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
Take time to really listen to you. Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life financial situation?
And welcome back to Caverna High School as we get set for the Trojanetts and the Lady Colonels. Here at Game 1, we're high above courtside here at Caverna High School. The benches down to our left and right, Barren County down to our left, and Caverna Barren County's to our right, and Caverna to our left. As Barren County will be in burgundy uniforms tonight with white numbers and letters and gold trim. Caverna will be in their home white with purple letters and numbers, and Caverna across the front of their jerseys. Glad to have you along on a Friday night. Again, tomorrow we'll be up in Richmond as the Trojans will take on Madison Central. That'll be a 5 o'clock ball game. We'll be on the air at about 4:40 tomorrow afternoon. Madison Central High School. He's coached by Alan Feldhouse Jr. He's been there for like 25 years.
Very long time.
Pretty good basketball team, too. Out of that 11th region when you're playing Lexington Catholic, Scott County, and some of those, Lexington Dunbar.
Catholic's #1 team in the state. They play Jeff Shepard's kid tomorrow. North Laurel up there. Like #1 and #2 teams in the state in some polls.
So a good test for the Trojans tomorrow afternoon after tonight's game against Caverna. Not a whole lot of turnaround time.
Tonight's officials are Adam Hill.
Other than the Glasgow trip, this is the closest trip Barren County takes as far as this year goes.
And Tuesday we make one of the longest ones we've made. So, tomorrow we will, and then Tuesday again. That's the 2 back-to-back longest road trips we've had all year.
Yep. Barren County will get the basketball first as Ravenettis at midcourt across the way gets it inbounds to Katie Murphy. But Caverna's going to set up at a 2-2-1. They switch out the defenses. Here's London, right side over to Murphy, and a looping backdoor pass coming to Ennis, but she can't go anywhere. But turns and puts it up. She's blocked. Foul going to be called on Gonzalez. Nope. Put it on Gamboa.
Didn't really let that play develop as much as we should have. That play has been scouted over and over and over, and everybody knows we open games with that, so it's not as effective now as it was earlier.
Ennis at the line. First one good. 76.5% foul shooter. Puts the Trojanetts on the scoreboard first. 15 seconds into the first period of play. Second shot for Ennis is no good. Rebound comes off to Richardson for Caverna.
That's the one you want to make so you can set up in your press, but it didn't.
Richardson out front of the left side for the Lady Colonels. Picks it up. She'll give it to Gamboa. Gamboa now gets rid of it off to Hoskins. Hoskins back to Knuckles. 7th grader that's starting tonight for Coach Faulkner. Here's Richardson on the left side, guarded by Emma Hughes. Spins back left, goes up with the runner. Actually, was going to throw it down low and take it by Knuckles, right side of the block, and they lose it out of bounds as Gamboa fell down and the ball went out of bounds.
Their defense really almost has to be more active than their offense to try to speed them up and turn them over.
Katie Murphy will set things up, goes right side to Varney in the corner to London, lobs it in there to Ennis, right of the line, 15-footer, it is good.
We've looked inside 2 of our first 2 possessions against the zone.
3-0, Barren. Richardson in the backcourt with it for Caverna. Gets it across midcourt stripe, reverses back right, still on the dribble. Against Raven Ennis. Ennis slapped it away, but regained control. It's knocked away and stolen by Murphy. Murphy to the rack, lays it up and missed it. Rebound put back up and in by Ennis on the left side of the rim.
Good job following the shot, running the floor, not taking that layup for granted.
And now Richardson in a trap. Ball knocked down by Hughes. Ennis has it for the Trojanetts. Gives it back to Murphy. She'll launch it for 3. It is no good. Offensive rebound on the right side by Varney. Back out to London. Top of the key, Ennis for 3. It's no good off the left side of the rim. Chasing it down is Murphy on the left side of the court. Bounces long over to London out front. Back over it comes to Murphy. She'll reset the offense here. Getting some pressure out there from Knuckles. London with it on the right wing. Goes in the corner to Hughes and back to London. She had a wide open look, didn't take it. Goes left side with it over to Varney. Fakes, wants to drive with it. Hands it off to Hughes and back out to Ennis. Turns and fires. It is coming off. Rebound to Varney. Throws it back out to Ennis. Ennis kicks it back over to London. She'll fire it up from 3. It is no good. Rebound in there by Gonzalez for Caverna. And Coach Faulkner wants a timeout.
Well, we got 3 offensive reads at bounds that possession and 4 shot attempts, and he's clearly not very happy with their effort there blocking us out. But you get that many shot attempts, hopefully you can get 1 to go down, but we didn't. 0 of 3 from 3 just on that possession.
5:43 left to go here in the first quarter. Barren County out to a 5-0 lead. All scored by Raven Ennis.
Definitely helps when you get a lot of looks at it to try to build that confidence offensively. So, we played a minute and or over a minute and 15 seconds. Yeah. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. 2 minutes and 15 seconds, sorry. And Caverna has 3 turnovers and no shot attempts.
And Barren County will set up with full court pressure as Gonzalez will toss it in. They'll have it to bring the length of the floor. Gonzalez gets the ball in play to Richardson. She turns up court, has it smacked away by Murphy, but coming up with it was Gamboa. They throw it cross court over to Hoskins. Now Hoskins dribbles out between the circles. Hoskins sends it over the right side now to Gamboa. Gamboa going to bring it back out front. As they set it up, Gamboa, right side over to Hoskins. Hoskins feeds it back in there, and a shot off the window and in for Gamboa.
It's a good look. They ran that offense well. We got stuck behind a screen.
5-2. It's Caverna on the scoreboard now. Here's Murphy. Feed it on high post to Ennis. Gives it off to Varney. Back out to Ennis. She's going to launch it for 3. Got it. Raven Ennis with a People's Bank 3-point shot. And it's 8-2. Long pass comes down to Hoskins. Goes in against London. Shot blocked by London. Taken by Hughes. Ahead up to Ennis. Ennis with a crossover dribble. Stops and fires a 14-footer. Misses everything. Coming out of the air with it is Gamboa. Gamboa for Caverna. Across into the front court. Right side to Richardson. Richardson now looking. Puts down the dribble against Hughes. Cuts back right. Goes to the basket. And a foul.
They're going to attack that rim, and we have to get around screens. That was Gonzalez who set a good screen and really cleared the way, and we had to reach around her and grab and foul.
Richardson's shot is in and out. She's a 70% foul shooter on the year. Leading scorer for the Lady Colonels on the season, just over 14 points a game. Second shot is on the way. It is no good. Rebound to Ennis for the Trojanetts. 8-2. Barren leads it. Here's Katie Murphy into the front court with it for Barren. Works against Knuckles, trying to get around her. Cuts back to the left side. Now back right. Now throws the pass in the corner to London. Go fire it for 3. It is no good. Long rebound on the right side. Hughes gets a little nudge there, but no call. Now Ennis, a right wing 3. No good. Chasing it down. Murphy had it swatted away out of bounds by Gamboa. And it'll stay with the Trojanetts. 4:05 to go in the first quarter.
We've attempted more 3s now, 6, than we have 2s at 5, so we need to look back in.
Yep. And Ennis going to fire down the corner for 3. It won't go. London got the rebound, and then the ball smacked away. Caverna comes up with it. Hoskins for the Lady Colonels gets rid of it to Richardson. Richardson brings it in front court. 3:50 left in the quarter. 8-2 Trojanetts. Ennis putting pressure on Richardson. Gets a screen. Drives. Goes over Hughes. The shot won't go. Rebound to Abby Varney. Varney taking it all the way down. Bounce pass is broken up. Should have been a kick ball, but they're not going to call that. Here's Richardson. Crossover dribble. Goes in traffic. Throws up the shot and got it to go. And it's an 8-4 ball game. Quickly, here's Murphy all the way to the basket. She gets fouled. We'll put the foul on Richardson. That is her first. Caverna's second team foul. And Katie Murphy, a 69% foul shooter for the Trojanetts. At the line for 2. The first one is in there.
Those 3s aren't going down. That's what we need to do. Attack the rim and at least get to the free throw line.
Yep. 9-4 Barren, and Murphy hits both free throws to make it a 10-4 Barren County lead with 3:21 to play here in the first. Full court pressure now by the Trojanetts. Richardson lobs it up to Gamboa. Breaks the press. Gamboa driving it down against Varney, and a foul. She tried to go up with a shot. And Abby Varney, that will be her first personal and the second on Barren County here in the first half.
Should have been all right. Should have been all right if she didn't bring her arms down. She was in good defensive position right till the shot went up.
Gamboa's shot is no good. She shoots 53% from the foul line. Of course, they only shoot 57% as a team.
Not a great number. You want to be much closer to 70, but a lot of high school teams just aren't there anymore.
Second shot of the way for Gamboa is too strong. Ennis with a rebound. Katie Gerald's in the ballgame, a 5'7", 8th grader for the Trojanetts. In for Emma Hughes to give her a break. Here's Murphy, bounce pass to Varney. Varney dribbles it back out on the right left wing, gives to Murphy. Right side it goes to London. London kicks it back over to Murphy. Murphy back to Varney, left corner. Gerald's is posted down there wanting it, and they just can't get it to her. Here's Murphy wanting to go in traffic, flips up the shot, no good. Rebound comes off to Hoskins for Caverna. As Hoskins gets rid of it to Gamboa. 2:40 to go here in the first. A 10-4 Barren County lead.
It's about the third different player for us that's guarded their best player, Richardson.
And here's Hoskins to the free throw line. Can't shoot. Richardson, long range three. Good from the right wing.
And she's the only one that really is a three-point threat for them.
10-7. Steele. Richardson's got it for Caverna. Crossover to left down. A shot blocked in there by Murphy, and London was there to defend as well. Varney comes out of there with it, gives it back to London with 2:10 to go in the first quarter. Murphy, right side over to London. London back to Murphy. Out front. Back to London. Now sends it down the right corner. Varney's going to fire it for three. Air ball. Taken by Gamboa for Caverna. Gamboa, crossover dribble, got around Murphy. Drives it down, hooks it in there to Gonzalez. Gonzalez works inside, throws it straight up in the air. Trying to go back up with it. And a foul is going to be called against the Trojanettes. Foul on Varney, and that's her second. Team's third. Gonzalez takes up some space in there, and she's 6 feet tall as well. But they only have her on the stat sheet shooting 39% from the foul line of the season.
It's a tough matchup for us. We've seen where we've struggled to guard bigs from whoever we're playing.
She knocks that one down. First free throw that's made by Caverna in the ballgame. They're now 1 of 5 here in the first quarter. And they've trimmed that Barren County lead to 2. It's 10-8.
We're about out of space over here on our side.
Yeah.
We're shoulder to shoulder, knee to back.
There's no social distancing over here. Gonzalez will put this one up and spins out. That thing went halfway down and came out. Barren County back the other way. Murphy, right side over to London. And now London putting down a couple of dribbles, fires it down in there to Geralds, trying to work against Gonzalez, giving it back to Hughes. Now Murphy gives it back to Geralds, works it inside the paint, trying to go up with a shot, blocked out of bounds by Gonzalez.
A lot of contact there, especially with the off arm, but good job by Katie not backing away. She has a tendency to fall away when she shoots, but she went up, tried to go through Gonzalez, but didn't get the foul.
Murphy, right side of the bucket, ball poked away, but grabbed by Geralds on the right side of the foul lane. Here's a shot for Murphy out of the corner, no good. And the ball out of bounds off of, I think Emma Hughes.
Said so, but I don't agree.
I think she may have got a little shove there before ball went out of bounds. 1:22 left to go here in the first quarter. Barren County with a 10-8 lead.
I was sitting talking to Coach Chapman, who seems to be demoted down to the end of the bench before the game, and our girls were knocking down threes left and right, but translating to the game has not been the same story.
Gamboa in a trap, gets rid of it to Richardson. They're going to have to hurry, get it across the line. As she tries to win, they're going to be out of bounds as Richardson tried to get around Katie Murphy, and Katie Murphy trying to cut her off. She lost her footing, and Trojanetts will get the ball with them 1:11 to go here in the first quarter.
That's their first turnover since Cornelius called timeout. So they've really taken care of the basketball, and that's why they're just down 2.
Yep. Left side, Murphy wide open for the three. No good. And rebound battle for it's Ennis. Back out to London. 18-footer straight away. Got it. Oh, she drilled that one. Barely touched the net. 12-8, Barren.
We got a ton of offensive rebounds, but not very many second chance points like there.
Pass comes up to Gamboa on the right side. Hooks it back left to Hoskins. Hoskins wants to drive. She's cut off. Picked up the pivot foot, but they didn't see it. Down to 38 seconds to go in the quarters. Gamboa backs out of the dribble. Barren County 12, Caverna 8. They set a double screen out top for Gamboa, trying to work off to the right side. They got a new player in the ballgame, Kiana Kirk, a 5'6", 8th grader. And now they have to get rid of the basketballs. Hoskins comes out to get the pass. 18 seconds to go in the corner. Right side is Richardson, long range. As Hughes not applying a lot of pressure there. She gets the screen down to 6 seconds to go. Richardson against Hughes, spins back right. Bounce pass to Gonzalez. Back down in there to Richardson, and that's the end of the first quarter. Barren County leads it 12-8 over Caverna. We'll be back with the second quarter after this break. This is Barren County basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
Financial advisor take time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm Jamie Harris, your Southern Kentucky Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. We'll use an established process to create a personalized
toll-free at 888-618-6455.
You're listening to Barren County Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Glasgow. Now, back to courtside with...
And the second quarter brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Barren County leads it 12-8 over the Caverna Lady Colonels. As we've got, let's see... And Ashley Atkinson's going to start the second quarter for Coach Piper Lindsay, a 5'7", 7th grader. And got Katie Geralds, Addison London, Emma Hughes, and Raven Ennis starting the second quarter for the Trojanetts. As Gamboa sends it over to Hoskins. Long range right. Back out front to Gamboa. As Gamboa dribbles out the middle of the floor. Left side it goes to Richardson. Richardson wants to drive against Hughes. Back and forth down low. She's double teamed. Has to force up the shot and won't go. Rebound claimed in there by Raven Ennis. Trojanetts behind the back dribble. Raven Ennis gives it over to London. On the left side of the corner goes to Geralds. Back out to London. Now London on the dribble out front. Gives it over to Ennis on the right side. Ennis now gives it back to London. Back out front to Ennis. And he goes right side with it to Atkinson. Atkinson back out front to Hughes. They go in the middle to London. Going to have to get out of the lane. Back to Hughes. Right side it goes to Atkinson. Atkinson back to London. Hooks it left side over to Hughes on the wing. Back out top to Ennis. Back out it comes to Hughes. Hughes looking inside. Ooh, the ball is deflected. Trying to go inside to London. And turnover by Barren County.
I think you and I by ourselves could guard what we're trying to do offensively right now. They're just throwing it around the perimeter. Not a lot of movement. No cutting. No attacking off the dribble at all. And that's what you got to do against the zone.
Yep. Richardson with it on the right side for Caverna. Bounces it out to Gonzalez. Got Ennis guarding her closely. Dribbles to the right side. Now it's picked it up. Forced it in there. Loose. It was turned over as Hughes got in there. And then it's knocked away again. Richardson, and underneath, here's Knuckles putting it up and in.
We turned it over right underneath their goal. An easy layup as they're hanging in there against this. Again, we're a 20-some point favorite.
Yeah.
Just up 2.
24-point favorite. And here's Geralds with the basketball back out to London. 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Barren County with a 2-point lead. It's 12-10. Atkinson left side over to Hughes. Hughes cross-court pass back to Atkinson. Atkinson throws it back in the middle to Hughes. Gives to Ennis. And had it smacked out of her hands and out of bounds. And Coach Faulkner thought it went off Ennis's leg. Katie Murphy coming back into the Trojanette lineup. Also, Addison Smith will check in. 5'2" sophomore. She'll come in for Katie Geralds.
Got a lot smaller there, so Emma's going to have to move over and guard their big. We're going to have to make sure we have our matchups here.
Murphy around the top of the horn over to Atkinson to the right side. Atkinson picks up her dribble, throws it back out to Ennis, top of the key. Ennis back left side. Murphy penetrating in lane. Bounce pass underneath to Hughes, and she puts it in.
That's what's got to happen. Off a reverse, you attack, and when you do, the defense has to rotate. Assist to Katie Murphy.
14-10. In a trap is Hoskins. Had it slapped down. Ennis has it in the left corner. Bounces it off to Murphy. Murphy bounces underneath to Smith. Throws it back out to Hughes from 12. It is no good. Offensive rebound by Ennis. Turns, looks, throws it back out to Hughes. And now here's Smith from 18, right side. Got it. Addison Smith giving the Trojanetts a 6-point lead. Coach Faulkner wants a timeout for Caverna. And it's 16-10 Trojanetts with 5:06 to go here in the second quarter.
Caverna had been doing a better job with our pressure, but the last couple times they've thrown it into that no-man land of a corner, and they've just turned it over. So 16-10, and we're threatening, obviously, out of this timeout to throw that pressure right back at them.
Raven Ennis had 8 points of Barren County's 12 in that first period of play.
When others can score, like has happened here to start the quarter, though, what Hughes has to and Smith has to, that really takes that pressure off of Raven and opens up the offense.
Gonzalez will get the ball in play to Hoskins, batted up in the air by Murphy, taken by Hughes. Back to Murphy on the left side and bounced it right in the lane. Knuckles comes up with it for Caverna. She had it smacked loose from behind by Murphy, and now Ennis has it. Ennis stops, free throw line. Her jump shot, good. Raven Ennis has 10 points here in the half, 18-10 Barren.
Shooting much better this quarter.
Yep, and Richardson had it smacked out of her hands and out of bounds. He got in a trap with Addison Smith and Ann Ashley Atkinson. So the press is on by Barren County. 4:42 to go in the first half. Gonzalez going to throw it out there for somebody to chase down. It's right to Gamboa. Throws it up off the window. No good. Rebound to Ennis. As Raven Ennis will bring it up and sends it off to Katie Murphy. Katie Murphy back to Ennis. Goes in the middle there to Atkinson. Fakes. Bounce pass over to Smith. Back out to Ennis from a long three. Yes.
Just our second three. We're 2 of 11 now from 3 after shooting 1 out of 10 in that first quarter.
Bad pass. Hughes off to Smith. Feeds to Murphy. Skips off her and out of bounds.
2 hands. You got to catch that with 2 hands.
Barren County has their longest lead now, 21-10, with 4:15 to play here in the second quarter. Raven Ennis with both People's Bank 3-point shots here in the first half for the Trojanetts. Gonzalez will toss it in. Ball comes into Gamboa. She's in a trap back to Gonzalez. They give it to Richardson. She'll get it across. Diagonal pass left side to Hoskins. Hoskins will give it back out now to Gamboa. Here's Richardson, right side of the circle. Backing up. Getting the screen, top of the key, lets it go for 3. It's no good. And, well, Gonzalez is over the top of Hughes, but Hughes rebounded the basketball. Gives to Ennis, down the lane, flips up the shot, no, hit the left side of the backboard. Whistle, going to get a foul. And they're going to put it on Emma Hughes.
Just not a good angle. We get maybe some of the worst angles trying to shoot layups, and that's just not successful.
Emma Hughes picks up 2 fouls, has to sit down with Abby Varney, who also has 2 for Barren County. And here's a bad pass. Ennis has got it, pulls up, left elbow, good.
Really shooting the ball much better this quarter, and it's all coming inside the arc.
23-10. Ball slapped out of the hands of, on the inbounds pass by Atkinson. Katie Elmore in the ball game now for Barren County, 5'6", 8th grader. Pass comes in the corner to Gamboa on the right side. She's going to head up court with it and trying to get control of the basketball. Drives in traffic. Just threw it up there, and Elmore comes up with it on the run for the Trojanetts. Elmore all the way to the rim, lays it up and in.
That's how you do it. On a layup fast break, just throw it off the glass and let the window do the work.
25-10. Richardson gets cut off and out of bounds. It'll stay with Caverna. Barren County has outscored Caverna 13-2 in the second period. The ball slapped away. Murphy off to Atkinson underneath the Smith, and she lays it up and in. for an Edward Jones, Jamie Harris assist.
Made her last 6 shots.
27-10. Gamboa, the crossover move, going up against Ennis, throws it high off the glass, and they're going to call a foul. Raven Ennis, that'll be your first personal, number 5 on Barren County here in the first half. With exactly 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Gamboa at the line. She missed a pair back in the first period. This shot goes in.
Gamboa at the line for the Lady Terror, shooting
27-11. And one more for Gamboa. And she'll get that one to go through. 27-12, Barren County, 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Murphy with a basketball, gives it over to Ennis. Ennis back to Murphy. In the left corner, here's Elmore with a shot. It is no good. Rebound in there by Ennis. Trying to go back up strong with it. Flips it up high, and it goes in. A little English on that one. And Raven Ennis now with 9 points here in this second period. A steal almost. Richardson came up with it. Then she loses it, but Hoskins there to get it. Throws it over to Gamboa on the left side. Gamboa pulls up, can't shoot. Now gets rid of it to Richardson. Richardson curls into the lane, and blocked in there by Murphy. Taken by Ennis, slings it down the floor to Elmore. Nice catch, puts it up and in, and draws a foul.
Heavy coming off the bench with a little energy. Got a couple of layups and a chance to add one to it there.
Foul is on Gamboa. That is her second, the team's third.
That was a good distance find. I think that was Raven that threw that all the way down there for an assist.
Elmore only a 43% foul shooter on the year. 5'6", 8th grader, puts it up. It is good. Nothing but net. Nice old-fashioned three-point play for Katie Elmore. That pushes the lead out to 20 all of a sudden. And it's 2:18 still to play in the second quarter. 32-12, Barren County. Knuckles gets cut off by Murphy. Ball goes out of bounds. And Gonzalez will put the ball in play. She fires it out there. Gamboa chased it down, feeds it down underneath. The shot put up and in by Kiana Kirk, who just checked in. A 5'6", 8th grader for Coach Faulkner.
Got to communicate there. Everybody went to the ball. Somebody's got to go back.
32-14. Ball kicked by Gamboa.
Do they not call kicks in the 5th region? He just pointed out of bounds.
He just pointed the other way, yeah. Didn't call it. You know, they always signal sticking out that foot, say it was a kick ball, but he didn't do it.
There was one earlier they didn't call either.
Yeah, comes out to Murphy. 2 minutes to play here in the half. Murphy fires it down in there to Atkinson. Bounce pass, wide open. Smith puts it in.
Third extra pass, and Ashley drew the double, and she distributed.
34-14, Barren County, and we got a whistle foul in the backcourt.
And she had both hands on her.
Atkinson commits the foul. That is her first, and Barren County 6th. And Coach Piper Lindsay now will bring in Mia Long, a 5'4" freshman. She'll come in for Atkinson. As Gonzalez gets the ball in play, Richardson lost the handle, went off her leg and out of bounds.
Another turnover. That's 7 of them this quarter for Caverna.
1:46 to play here in the first half as Addison Smith will toss it in front of Caverna's bench. Comes out to Ennis. Going to fire it up. 3 in the air. No good. Gonzalez with a rebound for Caverna. And a foul, quick foul on Ennis. Her second, team 7th. That's going to put Caverna into bonus. And at the line, it'll be Gamboa, where she shot 50% so far tonight. She shoots 53% on the season, 50% tonight on 2 of 4. It's one of the bonus here. Shot goes up, and it's good. So she's hit 3 in a row after missing her first 2. It's 34-15, Barren County. Hoskins returning to the Caverna lineup. She'll come in for Gonzalez. And Gamboa back in the line for the bonus shot. It's on the way, and she got it. 4 in a row now for Gamboa, and it's 34-16. Long pass underneath the Long to Smith, and she puts it in on the left side of the rim.
Long was falling out of bounds, and she saw Smith coming right at the left side of the rim.
And we got a foul on Katie Murphy. Her first and the team's 8th.
Cornelius was a little upset at the refs for not calling very many fouls against when we're pressing, and now they've called it the last 3 or 4 trips. So that's the way it goes, and I guess you're lobbying for foul calls as coaches.
So Richardson puts it up and in for her 6th point. Gets the bonus try, 36-17. That one goes in, makes it 36-18. 1:29 to go, and Knuckles comes out. Gonzalez back in for Caverna.
The only way they've been able to score this quarter is from the free throw line.
A couple of field goals is all they've got here in the second. 6 for 6 from the charity stripe. Katie Murphy on the left side, gives to Smith in the corner. Smith bounces in there to Elmore, turns the other way up with the left hand and puts it in.
That was a great post move. Abby usually plays point guard or guard, and she backed it down, faked left and went right.
Yeah.
Or actually faked right, went left.
Yeah, that's right. 38-18. Barren County, 1:05 to go before halftime. Richardson works against Smith and now lobs it back out to Hoskins. Hoskins on the right side of the floor on the dribble, picks it up, gives it out to Gamboa. 54 seconds to go before the break. Here's a pass knocked away by Murphy. Loose ball to the lane, diving forward on the floor, but Richardson rips it out of there. Hoskins with it, left of the circle. Ball poked away, stolen by Katie Murphy. Katie Murphy driving to the bucket, gets fouled by Gamboa, and that's her 3rd. Team's 4th.
The reason she's still in there is because there's only 3 players for Caverna that really score it, so they can't afford to put them on the bench.
Yeah. Katie Murphy at the line for Barren County. 2 for 2 at the stripe back in the first quarter. This shot goes up. It's no good. Knuckles going to return to the Caverna lineup as Gamboa will have to sit out. I don't know if she'll start the second half with 3 fouls. Murphy's second shot, it's no good. And Elmore chases down the rebound in the left corner. Murphy fires it across to long, out to London. Here's Smith, back to Murphy, left wing, the 3 ball, in and out. Rebound Gonzalez and a foul on Elmore. So we'll walk to the other end of the floor with 25 seconds to play.
We're almost in a situation where everybody's got 2 fouls. We got, 3 of our starters with 2?
Yeah, Ennis, Hughes, and Varney. Gonzalez, 1 of 2 at the stripe. As mentioned, 39% on the season from the free throw line. 1 at a bonus. That was the 9th team foul of the Trojanetts here in the first half. Shot is missed. London with the rebound, gives to Murphy. 22 seconds to go here in the first half. Out to Murphy. They fired in the middle there. Elmore had it knocked away. And loose ball picked up by Richardson with 12 seconds to play. Richardson on the dribble against Smith. Left side, crossover move. Spin move, goes in the line. Bounce pass over to Hoskins. Long 2, no good. Rebound, Richardson throws it back up. No, that's the end of the first half. Barren County scores 26 points in the second quarter. Caverna scores 10, and Barren County here at halftime leads by 20. It's 38-18. Trojanetts over Caverna. We'll come back with our halftime report brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help as you're following Barren County High School basketball. Presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
For a new place to bank, consider South Central Bank. A bank that believes in lifelong relationships, offers free checking, safe and secure online and mobile banking, friendly local lenders who know you by name.
after taking a 12-8 first quarter lead. Our halftime report brought to you by South Central Bank as we take a look at the scoring and stats. 5 field goals for the Lady Colonels in the first half. They hit 7 of 13 foul shots, and Kaliana Richardson leading with 7 points for Coach Cornelius Faulkner. Had a couple of baskets, one of those a 3-point shot. She was 2 of 4 from the charity stripe. Krista Gamboa scored 6 in the first half, had a field goal and 4 of 6 from the foul line, hit 4 in a row there in the second quarter. 2 points for Kiana Kirk. Jayana Knuckles had 2 points, and 1 point for Tavi Gonzalez on 1 of 3 from the foul line. For the Trojanetts, 16 field goals. 2 of those were 3-pointers, and both of those were made by Raven Ennis. 1 in the first quarter, 1 in the second quarter. Trojanetts were 4 of 7 from the charity stripe. Raven Ennis has 17 of Barren County's 38 points here at the break. Knocked down 7 baskets, 2 of those 3-pointers, 1 of 2 from the foul line. And then Addison Smith and Katie Elmore came off the bench. They're the second and third leading scorers here in the first half, as Addison Smith scores 8 points, 4 baskets there in the second quarter. Katie Elmore had 3 baskets and a free throw in the second quarter for a total of 7 points. 2 points for Katie Murphy on 2 of 4 free throws. Emma Hughes scored 2. Addison London had 2 points in the first half. Abby Varney started the ball game, got in foul trouble, did not score. Katie Geralds, Mia Long, and Ann Ashley Atkinson saw action but did not score in the first half. 3 starters for Barren County with 2 fouls, as Ennis has 2 and Emma Hughes has 2 fouls along with Abby Varney. And for Caverna, 3 fouls on Krista Gamboa. There were 9 fouls whistled against the Trojanetts in the first half, only 4 against Caverna.
Very slow start for the Trojanetts, just 12-8 at the end of that first quarter, where we shot 4 out of 17 for just 24%, and a lot of those, more than half of those in that first quarter, were threes, and we only hit 1 of them. So we were 1 of 10, but we turned it around in that second quarter because of that pressure. We forced Caverna into 8 turnovers just in that second quarter, and our shooting skyrocketed. In that second quarter, we were 12 of 16. So when you shoot 75%, that makes things look a lot better on the scoreboard here, up 20. So for the half, we were 16 of 33 for 48%. We were just 2 of 13 from 3, but we decided to go away from that there in the second quarter and made some good things happen, hitting the 2s and especially the layups. Caverna was just 5 of 16 in the half. They hit 1 out of their 2 3-point attempts, so they shot 31% overall. We did a great job on the boards, out-rebounded them 22-10, and forced them into 13 turnovers. We did have 7 ourselves, though. So that confidence piece, I think we put a big check mark against that in the first half, and we got to continue to do that here in the second half and finish out the game. Much more active defensively, get points off turnovers, just everything looked much better in the second, and obviously it's easier to hit those layups than it is the threes, and we found them. We assisted on a few buckets, so I like the way we looked in the second quarter. Hopefully we can keep that up.
Only 1 more week of the regular season to go, and of course for the Trojanetts, as they have a game Tuesday night on the road at Grayson County. That'll be followed by the boys game in Litchfield, and then next Thursday night the Trojanetts will host Central Hardin to close out the regular season. The boys, that game with Edmonson County has now been canceled. I'm not sure if the Trojans will have a game rescheduled or not. We've got a week to work on that, if so. But if not, the game at Madison Central on Saturday, tomorrow, 5 o'clock, and then at Grayson County on Tuesday, and that'll be it for the regular season. Tomorrow, the Trojans at 5 o'clock Central Time against Madison Central's Indians, and we'll be on there at 4:40 from Richmond with that broadcast tomorrow afternoon. And we'll be at Grayson County on Tuesday night and back home with the Trojanetts and Central Hardin on Thursday. That's scheduled for 5:30. If there is a boys game, we'll let you know. But as of right now, there is not going to be a boys game next Thursday night. And then it'll be on to the district tournament, where the Trojans and Trojanettes hosting the 15th district this year. And more on that as we get closer to that week. So it is winding down. And you know, by this time of year, usually it's a state tournament.
It is.
I mean, it's close to state tournament, finishing up the regional tournament.
Yeah, usually the first week of March you're finishing that up, and by March 5th you're definitely in the regional tournament and looking forward to that state tournament. You're at least in the semis or finals, but they're just now playing all A. Clinton won.
Did they win tonight?
44-42.
44-42.
Yeah.
Wow.
They'll play tomorrow. The winner of San Henry and Lexington Christian in the championship game about 11:30 tomorrow.
So Clinton County going for an all-A state title tomorrow, and that's in Richmond.
Yeah.
And that is at what time? Because the Trojans will be up there. It's in the morning, right?
Yeah, the morning game.
Morning game. All right, we'll be back for the second half of this one. Trojanetts 38, Caverna 18. As you're following Barren County High basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
At the People's Bank, we are proud to offer one-on-one personal financial service. Hello, this is Terry Bunnell, Chairman, President, and CEO. We strive to give you the banking you deserve. With a friendly atmosphere, we are more than just a number.
Glasgow. Now back to courtside with J2.
And this third quarter is presented by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Glad to have you with us on a Friday night here at Caverna High School as the Trojanetts lead at 38-18. Going back with the original starting five, Katie Murphy, Addison London, Emma Hughes, Abby Varney, and Raven Ennis. And Caverna will go back with Richardson, Knuckles, Gonzalez, Hoskins, and let's see, did I leave somebody out? Gamboa.
Yeah.
And she's playing with 3 fouls as Trojanetts turned the ball over.
That was a completely unforced turnover. We just threw it off of a leg on a reverse.
Caverna with the basketball. Gamboa has it out front. 38-18. Barren County scored 26 in the second quarter. Gamboa against Katie Murphy. As they set a screen for her, she'll dribble right, and Murphy stays with her. Goes over to Richardson on the left side. Richardson against Emma Hughes. Now backtracking in. Slapped out of her hands by Murphy, but chased down out there by Knuckles as it comes back out to Gamboa. Gamboa. Out in the Caverna logo. Goes left side with it over to Hoskins. Hoskins back out to Gamboa. And here's Hoskins again, dribbling almost to the corner of the left side. Back out to Gamboa. A little over a minute gone here in the third. Here's Richardson in the lane. Going to have to get out of there. How about 3 seconds? They finally put it up. It's no good. Try to get their own rebound. Bodies go to the floor. Go say Gonzalez touched it last. Out of bounds to the Trojanetts. As Katie Murphy will bring it up. Hart County Glasgow boys tied at 10 at the end of the first quarter. London had a wide open three there, didn't take it. Gives it back to Murphy out front. Bounce pass back to London. Dribbles down, gives it out to Hughes. And here's Ennis. Wanted to fake one way, go the other. Throws up the shot. She gets fouled. Gonzalez, I believe, got her on the arm. That'll be her first, Caverna's first of the second half.
We passed up a couple of threes. I think we were going to be more deliberate trying to pass those up unless they're just off reversals or wide open looks here in the second half and try to work on the defense. Unless Allen's just not paying attention to what's going on with us, they're going to play a zone in the first round of that district.
Yeah. Ennis has 18 now. She connects on the first free throw. She'll have one more, and it's on the way, and it's good. 19 for Raven Ennis. And it's 40-18. Barren County, 6:26 to play here in the third quarter. Gamboa with it for Caverna against Katie Murphy. And Murphy takes it away from her. Gives it off to Hughes, going up against Richardson. Puts it up and in. Richardson flew by her, and Emma, a little head fake there. And we got a Caverna player hurt here at midcourt, right in the Caverna logo. Not sure if she's turned an ankle or whether it's a knee, as Coach Faulkner coming out to look at. I can't see the number from here.
I think it's Gamboa based on who's left.
Yep.
Hopefully she's okay.
She's sitting up now.
She's got a big knee brace on one leg already. For some reason, BCHS Live's frozen on me, so I'm not sure. I can't go back and watch the replay on what's going on.
I think they may be trying. They're up in the crow's nest here with the cameras.
Better them than us.
Yeah. We used to broadcast from up there years ago. I remember coming over here and had to climb that short ladder there. I don't think I could do that anymore.
I'm not
back in my younger days.
As clumsy as I am, I'd leave here with stitches. And
we had to do a pretty good climb just to get where we are.
Yeah. I am glad they're pushed in a little bit. That we have a lot of people. We actually probably have as many, if not more, people here than Caverna does, to be honest with you.
Yeah. All right, we're back to action here. 42-18, Barren County, 6:10 to play in the third quarter. Richardson with a basketball for the Lady Colonels. Just trying to see who do they bring in. Kirk came in for Gamboa. 2 minutes gone here in the third as Hughes puts pressure on Richardson here out front of the left side. Richardson gives it to Gamboa, lost the handle, and Murphy tried to dive for it, trying to dig it out. There is Ennis. It's going to be a jump ball with possession arrow to Barren County.
Got to be careful there. We got several girls playing with 2 fouls.
Yeah. Ennis has 2, Hughes 2, Varney 2.
Raven kind of came over the back there, and I thought they were going to.
Oh, they're going to give it to Caverna?
They must not have switched the arrow. We got it at the beginning of the half, and they just didn't switch the arrow.
So Hoskins will toss it in the left baseline. Gets it out to Richardson, long range left. So they give it back out to Knuckles. And Knuckles trying to work around Varney to the right side.
She double dribbled.
Yeah. In trouble with it, hands it off to Kirk. Had it smacked out of her hands, picked up by Ennis. This is smacked out of her hands by Murphy. Let her a little too long, but saved it inbounds to London. London back out to Ennis. Fakes. Top of the key. Back to London. Goes left side with it to Varney. Varney trying to dribble into the paint. Throws it back out to London. Now Ennis for 3, and it is good.
Good job. Katie Murphy saved us that possession, so I'm glad we got points out of it.
Peoples Bank 3. That's 3 of them tonight for Raven Ennis, and the lead is now 27. It's 45-18.
We backed off the press, just kind of back in a half-court defense now.
Ball comes out to Knuckles. Sends it down the left corner to Richardson. Gonzalez trying to post up in there. Emma Hughes had her fronted. Cross-court pass comes out to Hoskins. Back to Richardson. Throws it up for 3. Knocked the bottom out of it.
I think we're trying a little zone here, if I'm not mistaken.
Second 3 for Richardson. She's got 10. It's 45-21. Pass knocked down by Hoskins. They try to throw long cross-court to London. Turnover by the Trojanetts. Here's Richardson on the left side with it for Caverna. Over to Knuckles. Knuckles cut off by Murphy. Slapped it out of her hands and off of Knuckles and out of bounds.
I don't know why Knuckles didn't go for it. She was holding Katie off not to let her get to it, and she should have just grabbed it.
Knuckles only a 7th grader. A new player in the ball game for Caverna now is Kaylin Scott. a 5'4" freshman with 4:25 to play here in the third period. Varney thought about the three, goes to Hughes in the right corner, back to Varney. Top of the key is Murphy. Hooks it left side over to London. Down left corner, Hughes back to London. Now Murphy to Ennis, left to the lane, underneath the Hughes. Missed the layup. I don't know if she got fouled there or not, but here's Richardson on the other end for Caverna. Out to Scott. Right side, it goes to Hoskins. Hoskins out to Knuckles. Now Knuckles back over to Scott, long range right. 3:50 to play here in the third quarter. A 24-point lead for Barren, led by 20 at halftime, and led by as many as 27. Hoskins with it. Out front, gives to Knuckles. Left side over to Richardson. Back out now comes to Hoskins. Hoskins back to Richardson, left corner. Got Gonzalez bottled up in there. They can't get it to her. Here's Knuckles against Ennis, and then Ennis swatted away out of bounds.
I think we're in a 3-2 zone a little bit, and we may be going back man here off this out of bounds under, but just a wrinkle maybe Piper's working on to throw in there next week. I don't know.
And Hoskins right side of the basket for Caverna to toss it in. Having trouble. Still having trouble. There's a 5-second count. Barren will get the ball. 3:21 to play here in the third, leading 45-21. Ball comes into Murphy. Murphy, diagonal pass off to Hughes. Kicks it out to London. Out front now, Murphy between the circles. Right side is Varney. Back out front, here's Ennis. Left side over to Murphy. Left elbow shot good for Addison London.
Good ball movement there to get the elbow jumper for Addison.
47-21. Second field goal tonight for Addison London. 2:55 to play here in the third quarter. And Richardson feeds it off, knocked down by London, but chased down by Hoskins.
We're back in man. That zone really kind of slowed down the pace of the game, and that's why we haven't scored very many points this quarter.
Knuckles. Feeds it in there to Gonzalez. Down to Richardson. Lost the handle. Hughes has got it for the Trojanetts. Hughes bounce pass across the lane. Varney puts it up and in.
Good dish by Emma. We got to get Abby involved. She's been in foul trouble the last two games, and offensively she just hadn't been able to get going.
49-21. Give Hughes the Edward Jones, Jamie Harris assist. But Jamie Harris of Edward Jones assist you today with your financial planning.
Back in the 3-2.
And Barren County with their largest lead of the ball game at 28. At 2:05 to go here in the third period. Hoskins with it down front for Caverna. Hoskins dribbles to the left side now. Looking for Gonzalez. Can't find her. Gives it out to Knuckles. And now Knuckles. Ball knocked away, but Richardson grabs it over the right side. Richardson. Back out to Knuckles. Gives it over to Scott now. Scott back out to Hoskins. Over to Richardson. A minute and a half to go here in the third. Richardson trying to penetrate in the lane in a crowd. Throws it up. It's no good. Rebound in there by Hughes. Ahead up to London. London, a wide open left-handed layup. Good.
Nobody back for Caverna that time.
Barren County lead at 51-31, or 21, excuse me.
Caverna just got 3 shot attempts this whole quarter.
And only a 3, only 1 basket, and that was by Richardson. She's got it right side, trying to go in. Spin move, goes up with a shot, it's too strong. Battle for the rebound, Varney out-rebounded 2 players for that one. Goes to the middle, feeds it to Hughes, lays it up and in.
Had a 3-on-1 break, and she didn't give it up until Emma was ready to just take a step and lay it in.
6 points for Emma Hughes, it's 53-21 now. A 15-3 run by Barren County here in the third period. 38 seconds to go. Hoskins with the basketball for Caverna. Sends it over to Scott to the right side against Katie Murphy. And that ball out of bounds off of Murphy. Try to slap it away. 28.9 to play.
Have the starters played this whole quarter? I think they have. We haven't had any subs.
Yes. No, nobody's come in.
I feel like we'll probably see the last of the starters here at the end of this quarter, and we'll turn it over to the second group.
Richardson with it out front against Emma Hughes. Almost lost the handle. Now spins back right, then spins back left. And they walked with it there.
Yes.
And another new player in the ball game is Cadence Brown, number 23. She's a 5'6", 8th grader. And she walked, and they finally call it. 11 seconds to go here in the third.
We'll get one last shot at it. 3 would put us in the running clock.
Yep. 9 seconds to go. Clock running down here in the third. Here's London with it. Cross-court pass over to Ennis. She's going to fire it up for 3. Good!
There you go. Right on cue.
That'll do it for the third quarter. Barren County, starting the fourth quarter, will have a running clock. They lead it by 35. It's 56-21. Barren County over Caverna. Back with the fourth quarter after this break. This is Barren County High Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
Every day, people experience mysteries that challenge the laws of nature, like enjoying a Coke Zero Sugar. It looks, sounds, and tastes delicious. But how does one experience?
Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Barren County outscored Caverna 18-3 in the third period. The only points coming from Richardson on a three-point shot.
We shot at 7 of 8 that quarter. 88%. Hit both of our threes.
Wow. And Coach Piper Lindsay has taken the starters out, so we got 5 new players on the court now for Barren. Addison Smith, Katie Elmore, Katie Geralds, and Ashley Atkinson, and Mia Larn. And here's Elmore trying to drive it down. Bounces off in the corner to Atkinson. Atkinson will give it back to Elmore. Throws it in there to Geralds. Now Geralds will bounce it back out to Long. Left side, Smith will fire and is no good. Richardson with a rebound for Caverna. Angles off to the right, drives, throws it up the shot, and banked it in off the window.
This group played well here in the second, but we can't let down, and we don't want that lead to shrink. Yeah. That's the measure of how well this group plays, probably.
Comes out to Long. She'll go to the left side to Atkinson. Gerald's with it, driving it down, has a shot blocked and knocked away. Loose ball in the lane, and coming up with it is Elmore. Elmore want to go baseline against Gonzalez, and threw it away. 6:53 and a clock running here in the fourth. Glad to have you with us on a Friday night here from Caverna. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer. Matthew Clark in the studios on the controls. BCHS live here tonight. 6:42 to play here in the fourth quarter. Gamboa is back on the court now for Caverna after going down with an injury there in the third.
It's good to see.
As Richardson handles it out front. Goes over to Gonzalez, guarded by Geralds. Gives it back to Richardson, going to the bucket, puts it up. It is good and a foul. So Caverna off to a 4-0 start here in the fourth quarter. Make it 56-25.
We've already got 2 field goals this quarter. They only had 1 in the whole third.
Yep. Richardson 2 of 4, now 3 of 5 from the foul line as she connects. An old-fashioned three-point play. A 5-0 run by Caverna here in the fourth to make it a 56-26 Barren County lead. Here's Atkinson giving to Geralds, going to the bucket, puts it up. It is good and a foul.
Good job by Katie. I know they're working on her absorbing and taking that contact in practice, and she did it there well.
And Katie Geralds, 5'7", 8th grader, at the line. Try to make an old-fashioned three-point play. Puts it up. It is no good. Rebound battle for and taken by Gonzalez. 58-26, Trojanetts. Richardson to the right side, trying to get around Smith. Goes in, puts it up and in as Mia Long went to the deck.
She tried to take a charge, but she's got a fall, and I think she gets a call.
And it's 58-28. Mia Long, left or right corner to Atkinson. Atkinson covered up by Hoskins, and a trap gives it to Geralds. Fires a 14-footer, knocks the bottom out of it from the right side of the free throw line. Geralds, a couple of baskets here in the fourth quarter. 60-28, Barren County. 5:19 to play. Richardson with it on the out front on the right. Gives to Hoskins on the right wing. Out it comes to Gamboa. Gives to Knuckles. Try to penetrate. Goes into the lane. Goes into a crowd. Had it blocked by Geralds. Got it back, though. Throws it back out to Gamboa. She'll just throw up a wild shot. And he goes behind the backboard out of bounds. Clock running here in the fourth with 4:49 to play. Barren County leading 60-28. Led by 35, which put it into a running clock. And it's Smith driving. Gives it off in the corner. Elmore trying to go the baseline. Goes under. Puts it up. It is good.
She's got a few layups tonight.
Katie Elmore with 9 points in the ball game for Coach Piper Lindsay. It is 62-28.
That's what we need to see from that group coming in as them looking to score, and I think almost all of them have tonight.
Yep. Comes out to Knuckles. And Knuckles puts down a couple of dribbles, gives it over to Richardson. Richardson trying to get the screen there from Gamboa. Smith reaches in and steals it. There's Addison Smith. Stops, gives it out to Long for a three. No good. And rebound. Addison Smith had it knocked out of her hands and stolen by Gonzalez. 3:53 to play. Barren up by 34. Here's Hoskins with it. Long range right. Sends it out to Knuckles. Lost it. Had to go chase it down. Sends it over to Richardson. Gets rid of it to Hoskins. She's guarded by Elmore. Trying to work it. Right side of the lane. Bounces out to Gamboa. Gamboa driving. Had it smacked to her hands for a moment by Addison Smith.
Good defense.
3:20 left. Comes out to Knuckles. Right side with it to Hoskins. Hoskins feeds it down low. And there the Richardson forces up the shot. Got it to go and a foul. That's a tough shot. And a foul on Atkinson. Addison Smith, Katie Geralds checking out the ball game, and we've got Graceland DeWeese, 5'10 junior, and Allie Bowie, a 5'8 freshman, checking in. Free throw good for Richardson. She has scored 8 of Caverna's 10 in the fourth quarter. Long gets rid of it to Elmore. Elmore working the right side of the floor, cuts back to the middle. 62-31. Here's Atkinson wanting to drive. She's cut off. Feeds it in down low to Bowie. Back out it comes to Atkinson, and she's going to be called for a traveling violation. And now we're going to get Emma Sampson in the ball game, number 4, a 5'4 sophomore. Also 21. Is that right?
Yeah. McPherson.
And that is Chesney McPherson. Normally she wears 33, but she's got 21 on tonight. And who else is out there? Got Taylor Strange.
Yeah,
Number 14. She's wearing a different number tonight, too. Coming down to 2 minutes to play. It's 62-31. Left side with it is down low. It's taken away by Bowie. They try to go to Gonzalez with it. Throws it up court to Strange. Feeds it down to DeWeese. Now DeWeese picks up her dribble. And apparently she picked up the pivot foot. So the ball goes back to Caverna with 1:40 left.
They actually outscored us this quarter. Not by much, but
10-6. Minute and a half to go. Ball comes over to Hoskins. Down the left corner to Richardson. And Gonzalez pushed off in there. Here's shot going up. She pushed off Bowie. And they'll call the foul on Allie Bowie. Third team foul on the Trojanetts here in the second half. And it'll be 2 shots for Gonzalez. She's 1 of 3 at the line. And the shot goes up, and it is good for Gonzalez. And going to get Betty Barlow in the ball game for Caverna, 5'9" senior. 62-32, Trojanettes, 1:16 to play. Gonzalez back of the line. This shot goes up, and she hits both. 62-33. As Sampson handles the basketball for Barren. Gets rid of it to McPherson. Throws it off to Strange, top of the key. Over it goes to Bowie. Bowie out to DeWeese, top of the circle. DeWeese, left side over to Strange. Now it comes to Sampson. Sampson gives it to McPherson. Feeds it back to Sampson. Puts it up, no good. Rebound by Richardson. 52 seconds left to go in the game. Richardson driving, throws it up, and a foul. And it'll be on DeWeese. Team's 4th. At 40.9 to play, and it's Richardson at the line. She has hit her last 4 in a row after missing her first 2 and gets that one. $19 for Richardson. 62-34. And that one is in and out. Rebounded to Weiss. Gets rid of it to Sampson. Sampson now picks up her dribble. Left side of McPherson. Out to DeWeese. DeWeese wants to drive, but can't. And a bad pass. Loose ball in there. Picked up by Richardson. Richardson bounce pass right side as Gamboa firing away. Air ball. And Bowie tried to get it, and it's taken by Knuckles. Shovels it off underneath. And Knuckles in a crowd. Bounces it out to Richardson. Here's Gamboa behind the arc for 3. No good. Long rebound chase down. Bowie's got it with 8 seconds. Lost the handle. Loose ball. And goes out of bounds. And the time will run out. And Barren County will win it 62-34 over Caverna tonight. Colonels did outscore the Trojanetts 13-6, but the damage already been done as Barren County had a 35-point lead going into the fourth quarter at 56-21. I have to try to find a way to get Piper Lindsay up here because we were high above courtside and not sure if she knows her way up here.
Kind of hemmed in. We're kind of hemmed in all around us. I'm not sure if I can get out. I'm not sure if I can
reach that over this way, and maybe she can come in behind. Okay, she's going to make it all the way up. That's a good job there, Coach.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I had trouble climbing up that rail there.
Oh.
But, Coach, congratulations to you. Started out a little sluggish there at first, but you got things going to the second and made some good shots and just kind of cruised on the rest of the way.
Yeah, we did. I thought we were really good at first, and then, like you said, kind of got a little sluggish in the end of the first quarter. But then the second quarter, I felt like we had some great energy and great spark, off the bench. And just, I thought that Addison Smith was really good. Made a couple baskets. Ann Ashley was great on the press. And then we were just sharing the basketball really, really well and just being extremely unselfish. And, I know it's one time Raven, I think, threw it, from one end to the other. Right. And then we got an and one, and I just saw the emotion and the excitement that Raven was for, I think it was Katie Elmore that got the and one. And I told him in the locker room that there's nothing that makes a coach more happy and excited when you're happy for your teammates. And that's just, getting everybody else involved and just proud of the team effort tonight.
Looked really sharp starting that second quarter.
We did, and I thought, like I said, we rotated really, really well, and we were solid defensively. We told them, don't try to do stuff that you're not used to doing. Do stuff that's going to help us, later on. And just again, I'm proud of the girls and their effort.
Yeah, you outscored them 44-13 the second, third quarter combined.
Wow, I didn't realize it was
we
that
much. We were shooting it pretty good.
We were. We finally shot it well, and one thing we've really been working on for a while, obviously, necessarily layups, but pull-up jumpers. And, we don't have to always get to the rim. Let's pull up for a little 5-8 footer. And Raven got a bunch of those early. KG finally got a couple of those too. And it works. It's so good to finally see it go in the hoop. And then I feel like it makes the kids do that more often.
Right. Well, you go to 15-7 on the year, and then we're getting down to crunch time. Next week you go to Grayson County, team I don't think we've played in a long time. Can't remember. I'll have to look to see the last time we played them. But usually that's a tough place to play over there.
Yeah, they're a big team that are probably they size us up a little bit, But again, I think our quickness and our speed, hopefully, will bother them a little bit. But again, it's all about us. That's one thing that we've got to still focus on, and just fine tuning a lot of things. Like you said, I told them in the locker room we have 3 practice games now, 2 practice games left before the real season begins, and then that's when it's going to really matter. And
then you got next Thursday host Central Hardin. They're a pretty good basketball team.
Yeah, and I think that'll be a really good test for us before going into the postseason. And again, got to, like I said, focus on us, take care of the basketball. I feel like we had some turnovers tonight that maybe were unforced, and those are some things we got to clean up. But like I said, we got 2 more games to work on it.
Coach, congratulations to you.
All right, Jay, thank you.
Coach Piper Lindsay, the Trojanetts cruising to a 62-34 win tonight over Caverna here on the Lady Colonel's home court as Barren County improves to 15-7 on the season, and Caverna falls to 2-11 on the year. We'll come back with our CPC Commodities post-game report. Remind you that Coach's comments are brought to you by McDonald's. Enjoy a McDonald's meal today at your Glasgow McDonald's. Coming up, the CPC Commodities post-game report as the Trojanetts win 62-34 over Caverna. This is Barren County High Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
Find your perfect match at Don Franklin Chevrolet in Glasgow. Get the all-new 2021 Chevy Equinox LS for as low as $19,990. Save thousands on the all-new 2021 Chevy Silverado 1500 as low as $31,965. All with Don Franklin's exclusive 15-year, 500,000-mile powertrain.
Coach Piper Lindsay played everybody tonight that dressed for the Trojanetts. Looking at the scoring and stats, 10 field goals for Caverna tonight. 2 of those were three-point shots. They were 12 of 19 from the free throw line. They were led by Caliana Richardson with 19 points. Krista Gamboa had 6. Tavi Gonzalez with 5. Kiana Kirk and Jayana Knuckles had 2 points apiece. For the Trojanetts, 26 field goals. 4 of those were three-pointers, all made by Raven Ennis tonight. Barren County was 6 of 10 from the charity stripe. 25 for Trojanetts tonight. She had 9 baskets, 4 3-pointers, and 3 of 4 from the foul line. 9 points for Katie Elmore, 4 baskets, 1 free throw. Addison Smith with 8 points tonight, 4 baskets there in the second period of play. Emma Hughes scores 6. Addison London had 6, and 2 each for Katie Murphy and Abby Varney.
We finished the game 26-46, so shot the ball really well after starting off very slow. So you mentioned it to Piper, the second and third quarters really were a great job shooting the basketball, and that's where we gained our separation. So 26-46 for 54%. Went away from the 3, which really was beneficial to us, 4 of 15 for 26%. So didn't need it tonight, but something we're going to need down the stretch. So we got some good looks. Eventually we're going to knock those down and score some from behind the arc. Caverna was 10 of 29, 34%. Hit half of their threes, but they only took 4, so they were 2 of 4 for 50%. We out-rebounded them 30-17, and we turned it over a little too many times tonight. 14 turnovers, as Piper alluded to. A lot of those were unforced. We forced Caverna into 20 turnovers. So when you shoot the ball at 54% and you get a lot of your shots off of their turnovers in the press, it's going to be a good night. And I think we had it up to 35. That was the largest. Yeah. And then they outscored us in the fourth quarter to set the final tally.
And it's time to name our Monticello Bank Trojanette MVP of the game. Monticello Bank is your MVP when it comes to all your financial needs. Proud sponsor of Barren County Trojan and Trojanette basketball. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I picked the last one. How about you pick this one?
Me pick this one?
Yeah. There's a lot of. I'll be honest with you. I was kind of joking.
Some of these players don't get a whole lot of recognition.
Right. This is a tough one. Here's why it's a tough one. Raven comes back, scores 25. She really kind of was a catalyst to get going. However, we expect that from her every night.
Right.
It was that second group that I really think come in. We're used to what Emma does. She plays defense and she gets some buckets every now and then. But what I really thought Katie Gerald came off the bench, played well. I think Katie Elmore came off the bench and played really well. And Addison Smith has been doing that. So let's give it to Addison.
I agree with that. That was the one I was going to pick. Had 8 points there in the second quarter. Really got the Trojanetts going in scoring there. They scored 26, and she had 8 of those 26 in the second quarter. So Addison Smith, or Monticello Bank MVP of the game. Well, we're going to get ready for the Trojans and the Colonels. Coming up next here on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
Barren County farmers, you want feed products and nutritional supplements that are proven to work for your operation. No time on your farm to mess around. CPC Commodities understands, so they provide quality feeds they can stand behind. CPC Commodities offers direct-to-farm delivery options for bulk or bag feed, minerals, tubs, and farm hardware. CPC Commodities, proven on our farm, made for yours. Call toll-free at 888-618-6455.
Looking for a new place to bank? Consider South Central Bank, a bank that believes in lifelong relationships, offers free checking, safe and secure online and mobile banking, friendly local lenders who know you by name and are ready to invest in your success, convenient lobby and drive-through hours, including Saturdays, to better serve you. South Central Bank has been serving communities across Kentucky for nearly 50 years. South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We're here with the Shrimp Trio. They're playing a gig at Colton's. Here's Fry.
And Son Funeral Home is following all CDC guidelines.
Trojans coming off a 61-47 win Tuesday night against Cumberland County. Mason Griggs had 17 as the Trojans shot 43.5% of the field, hit 3 of 12 from behind the arc, 18 of 25 from the foul line. The Trojans averaging 59 points a game and shooting 43.5%, 32.7 on threes, averaging 5, shooting 70% from the line, and 26.6 rebounds a game. We'll have the starting lineups brought to you by SERTC after this break. This is Barren County Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
Did you know community banks channel their loans to the neighborhoods where their depositors live and work, which helps local businesses and the community? This is Terry Bunnell, Chairman, President, CEO with the People's Bank. At our community bank, we thrive on building relationships.
averaging 12.5 points, 8.5 rebounds. Cameron Buchanan, 6', 143 junior, averages 13 points and 5 boards. Kenyon Wood, 5'8", 115 sophomore, averages 6. Dax Button, 6'3", 145 freshman, averaging 5.5. Jalen Crane, a 5'8", 130-pound 7th grader that averages 6 points a game. And they also have another 7th grader that comes in off the bench. One of the other sons for Blake Button, that's Kate Button, 5'7", 7th grader, averages 4 points a game. They also have Trey Decker that comes in, 5'9", 165 senior that averages 3.5. Barren County Trojans under 13th year head coach Warren Cunningham, assistant coaching staff Lee Johnson, Matt Gardner, Jared Browning, and Austin Burge. Gavin Withrow, 5'9", 150 senior, averaging 9 points a game. Tate Pointer, 6', 160 junior, averages 12.5. Ryan Shirley, 6'2", 190 junior, 5.7 points and 5 rebounds a game. Mason Griggs, 6'1", 155 junior, 14.2 points, 4.5 rebounds. And Corbin Murphy, 6'3", 235, and a senior, averaging 2 points a game. Top reserves off the bench will be Aiden Miller, 6'4", 205 sophomore that averages just over 8 points a game. Eli Brooks, 6'6", 165 sophomore, along with Lane Stevens, a junior at 6 feet, and Colton Stevens, a 5'7" junior for Barren County. So we'll get ready for the Farmers RECC Jackie Browning Memorial opening half. First quarter of action brought to you by German American Bank, supporting the communities they serve and believe that when a community thrives as people prosper. The officials out of Region 5, sponsored by Barren County Sheriff Kent Kane for the game officials, and the Zaxby's keys to the game.
Going to have a lot of advantages tonight. You're going to have a lot of experience advantages. You're going to have size advantages. So just take advantage of those things and come out here and play some good basketball. There's been times in my memory that we've come over here and really laid some big eggs.
Yeah.
This is, those are real instances where you're just kind of cruising along to the end of the season, and usually it's the beginning of the season. So let's just not take this win for granted and look ahead to a big road trip and a good team tomorrow in a different regions, and come in here and just take care of business.
Coca-Cola scoreboard update. Open a Coke and enjoy the game as Metcalfe County girls lead Allen County Scottsville after 3 quarters. It's 47-35, Lady Hornets.
I was kind of curious about that score. Allen County has not been playing really well lately, and I think they're on a 4 or 5 game losing streak. So, and Metcalfe has the ability to score. Looks like they're doing that tonight.
Trojans in gray uniforms, burgundy numbers and letters outlined in gold with Barren across the front of the jerseys, burgundy and gold stripes down the sides. Their bench down to our left as we're high above courtside here at Caverna, right underneath the Crow's Nest. Used to broadcast from the Crow's Nest years ago, and you had to climb that short ladder, and at my age now, I couldn't make it up the first step.
I barely got back up the bleachers that were pushed in after I had to step out for a second.
Yeah. Caverna down to our left, white uniforms, purple numbers and letters, Caverna across the front of their jerseys. Blake Button, second time here. He's also the athletic director at Caverna High School. A school that has around 200 students. Blake Button has taken some Caverna teams to the regional tournament in past years when he was here before, but they've had 5 coaching changes in the last 7 years.
It's a lot of turnover. It's hard to find stability, and it's tough when you have, E-Town's constantly good in this region, and Caverna won it way back in 2004, back in the Boris Siakam days, but they've only won 2 district championships in the 2000s, and the 4 was one of them, 15 the other one.
They have a guy by the name of Meek Ader, who looks a lot like Boris Siakam. He's about as tall as Siakam was, but probably not as talented. 12.5 points a game, 8.5 rebounds. He's a junior. But Caverna's got the basketball, runner in the lane, rolls off the rim, battle for the rebound, going to give it back to Caverna. Ryan Shirley was battling for the board against Kenyon Wood, but the Colonels will keep it, and Buchanan will toss it in left side of the bucket as it comes out to Ader. And then it's picked off by Griggs, and he throws it right off of Buchanan and out of bounds. As Griggs was falling backwards when he picked off the pass, so the Trojans will have the ball 15 seconds into the contest. Gavin Withrow handling it, giving it over to Ryan Shirley. Back straight away to Withrow, left side, dumps it in there to Griggs, working inside a lot of traffic, puts it up and in.
Yeah, you're right. That was close quarters, a lot of traffic, but he's gotten used to navigating those waters.
Crane with it in the backcourt, gets it across the line. Almost lost it, but keeps the dribble alive. He'll set it up for Caverna. Crane's only a 7th grader. Very young Caverna basketball team. I think they've got only 1 senior on the entire roster. Ball knocked down by Murphy, try to go to Ader. And here is Griggs driving to the bucket, scoops it up and in.
They're trusting Corbin one-on-one against Mater, and he had no backside help. If he caught that, it was a layup. Good job by Corbin knocking it away.
As Crane gets it across the line for Caverna. Crane goes right side with it, over to Wood. Wood sends it down the corner to Crane. Crane on the dribble against Withrow, and what we got?
Timeout.
Timeout by Coach Blake Button. This will be a 30-second timeout. 6:49 to go here in the first quarter. Barren County out to a 4-0 lead. Got a Coca-Cola scoreboard update after 3. Hart County boys lead Glasgow 50-31.
What was the score again?
50-31, Hart County.
I thought I heard you right. I wanted to be sure. That's a
50-31.
A little eye opener there. I'm not sure. There's got to be some circumstances
about that.
I know some of Glasgow's kids may have been hurt in the last few days, or a few games. I don't know if they're all playing or not. It'd be interesting to know.
Caverna's basketball as Dax Button will toss it in the side in front of the Barren County bench. Comes out to Ader. They got the cave on the back of their jerseys. And we got a bumping foul here on Corbin Murphy.
You kind of joke. That's Corbin's obligatory opening foul. He's usually the one that always gets targeted first and gets it there.
Comes out to Ader in the corner. He'll give it to Crane against Withrow. Right side to Button. Button wants to drive with against Shirley. He's cut off. Gives it back out to Buchanan, and now Crane back to Buchanan. Buchanan sends it out front to Wood. Wood wants to drive against Pointer. Left of the lane. Has to back it out of there. Lost the handle. Chased it down. Barren man-to-man defense. And they go left side corner to Button. Back out it comes to Crane. Back to Button. And a whistle, and we're going to have a foul on Ader as he pulled Murphy to the floor.
It's a good battle for Corbin. He's got a little more width, but Mater's got a little more height.
Yeah. So the first foul of the Colonels, 4-0. Barren County leads, 6:28 to play here in the first. Gavin Withrow brings it across the midcourt stripe. Out top with it. Bounce pass off to Griggs, trying to get away from his defender. Lost the handle, chased it down. Right side of the floor, spin move, spins again. Kicks it back out to Shirley from 15. It is bouncing high off the rim. Murphy trying to get the rebound. They're going to have a jump ball as Button went in there and tied it up. Barren County's basketball in the alternating possession. And Griggs will toss it in. Right side of the bucket. Throws it out deep to Pointer. Goes back to Griggs. Back to Pointer. Penetrating into the free throw lane. Giving it off to Withrow. Penetrating lane. Kicks it back out to Griggs. Wide open three. No good. Shirley goes down to the floor. And they're going to call him for a traveling violation. Kind of lost his balance.
Had to go up high, and took his feet out from under.
So Caverna's basketball, just under 6 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Crane to the backcourt against Withrow. Sends it down to Buchanan. Out it comes to Button. Over the left side, Wood. Down to Ader. And we got a whistle and a foul. They got it on Murphy?
I don't agree with that one at all.
That's his team second. And now Aiden Miller will come in to battle with a 6'7" Meek Ader. Murphy goes to the bench with those two fouls early.
We got nobody that can match him height-wise, but I think we've got him strength-wise.
As Caverna gets the ball in play, here's Button in the lane with a half hook, no good. Rebound to Pointer. Pointer down the middle of the floor. Pointer left side to Shirley. Wide open, look for a three. It won't go. And it's Ader with a rebound for Caverna. In front court, where outside it goes to Crane. Buchanan with it on the right against Mason Griggs. Throws it across over to Wood. Now Wood. Get post up in there is Meek Ader, 6'7". And Buchanan, top of the key, wants to work it. Drives the basket. Shot blocked by Griggs. And taken back, though, by Buchanan. Here's Button with it. He'll go back in the corner now. And then give and go down to Button. He'll throw it up. It is good. Dax Button, 6'3" freshman, son of Coach Blake Button, 4-2. There's Griggs, free throw line, looking for Withrow, or rather Pointer. Pointer has it out front now. Bounces it off to Withrow. 4-2 ball game. We played a little over 3 minutes in the first quarter. And here's a backdoor pass. They were holding Pointer, held him by the hand, wouldn't let him go, and the officials didn't see it, and it's going to be Caverna's basketball.
It's an odd play.
As Wood will get the ball inbound to Crane. As Crane works against Withrow in the backcourt, gets it across the line. Crane penetrating as Withrow tried to reach in and knock it away. In the left corner, Button fires. It is spinning out. Rebound to Aiden Miller. Gets for the basketball to Withrow. Withrow pushing it down, goes all the way to the rack, puts it up, missed it. Rebound in there by Ader, just kind of fell in his hands. Right side Buchanan, diagonal pass. Button can't get to it, over his head and out of bounds.
Up and down game right now, and neither team has really been successful with it. After we made our first two buckets, we've missed our last four.
And Eli Brooks, 6'6", 165 sophomore, checks into the Trojan lineup for Ryan Shirley. 4:21 to go, first quarter. It is a 4-2 Barren County lead. Both baskets made by Mason Griggs. Corbin Murphy on the bench with 2 fouls. Went out to the 5:46 mark. Griggs dumps it down to Brooks. He goes a little head fake, pump fake, puts it up, foul. And a foul is going to be on Kenyon Wood, his first, team's second. Eli Brooks, 84% foul shooter at the line for 2. First one by Brooks on the way, good. 5-2 Barren County, 4:09 to go in the first quarter. Second shot for Brooks is in there. 6-2 Trojans. Caverna with a basketball as Crane brings it up. Throws it over to Wood. He straddles the midcourt line. He's in a trap, in trouble. And a bad pass as Griggs slapped it away. Miller has it, feeds it up court to Brooks. Now Brooks looking for Withrow, turns and throws it to Miller. Turnaround jump shot is no good. All over the rim and wouldn't go down. Crane with it for Caverna, racing across the timeline, stops top of the key, launches it up there for 3, swishes it through. For a 7th grader, averaging 6 points a game. 6-5, Trojans lead it. 3.5 to go, first quarter. Griggs with the basketball, wants to drive against his defender, goes to the basket, no, but a foul. And they're going to put the foul on Wood. Number 2 on Wood, 3 on the Colonels. And Mason Griggs at the line for 2 shots. The first one is good. He has 5 of Barren County's 7 points, and it's 7-5.
In the lineup for the Colonels, number 5,
And I don't think they put it on the board yet.
They haven't. No. Those free throws just the difference in the game right now.
And the second shot for Griggs, also good. Makes it 8-5. They've put it up there now. Here is Ader. Sends it over the left side to Buchanan. Buchanan down the left corner to Button. And it comes back out to Buchanan. A lot of pressure by Brooks. They come into a trap. And pass picked off. He jumped in front of Ader. Is Griggs who'll go to the basket. As Brooks missing the shot. And this should have been a foul from behind. Here's Porter throwing up a shot. No good. Ader with a rebound for Caverna.
3 looks at it. Over.
8-5 Trojans, 3 minutes to play, first quarter. Buchanan with it, gets it in there to Ader. Backtracking into Miller, turnaround jump shot is no good. Miller with the rebound for the Trojans. Off to Withrow. Long bounce pass down in there to Griggs. He puts it up, he's fouled. And I think that's 2 on him.
They definitely don't have anybody they can replace him with.
Yeah. Now the PA announcer calls him a tier. And Coach Button said Ader. So which one's correct?
That's 2 Caverna sources, and they're both different, so I don't, honestly, I don't know.
I guess it's easier to say Ader than it is a tier. I don't know. It's probably supposed to be a tier. He's from Southern Sudan. Griggs hits the free throw, and it is 10-5 Trojans. As they've got almost over and back call there. As they get it out to Crane. Crane being chased, double teamed, in trouble. Bounces it off. New player to the ball game is Cade Button. He's a 7th grader. And the ball gets loose, and Griggs, Brooks, bounce pass, Withrow, layup, no good. Tapped up, no good for Brooks. And then Porter tried to save it on the end line, but it'll be a turnover by Barren.
They have 6, now 7 turnovers with that last one, and we don't have really anything to show for it. We made our first 2 field goals, and we've missed our last 10.
And we got some changes in the lineup as Lane Stevens and Colton Stevens both have checked into the Trojan lineup. You've got 2 7th grade guards in there and a freshman for Caverna. Now the corner, here's a high arching 3 that's an air ball by Wood. And here comes Barren County as Colton Stevens will get rid of it over to Griggs. Griggs spinning, going up for the shot. It is not going to count. They're going to call him for a traveling violation.
Not a walk.
Minute 53 to go here in the first quarter. Barren County with a 10-5 lead as Crane will bring it across for the Colonels. And a pass knocked up way in the air by Miller, goes out of bounds. Stays with the Colonels as Buchanan will toss it in left side of the basket. Buchanan having trouble trying to force it in there. Finally due to Wood on the left side. Out to Cade Button. And Cade Button on the dribble comes off the screen by his brother Dax. He goes on the shot blocked by Miller. Taken by Lane Stevens. He gives to Colton. Long pass down to Brooks. And he kind of hit him in the head. Went out of bounds underneath the basket. 1:26 left in the quarter. And Crane with the basketball gives to Buchanan. Cross-court pass comes to Wood. Wood's in a trap and knocked away by Griggs. He comes up with the basketball. Griggs trying to dump it off. Got it batted back to him. Loose ball in the lane. Miller trying to fight for it. Griggs trying to dig it out of there. And nobody really had possession. They're going to give it to Caverna. Gavin Withrow will come back in the Trojan lineup, but first a full timeout called by Caverna with 1:07 to go here in the first quarter. Trojans lead it 10-5.
I mean, we can't really say this completely, but the game has gotten off to a very similar start as what the girls did. We did not shoot the ball very well. We look back at the stats. The girls were just 4 of 17 in the first quarter in their game. Right now, I think we're about 2 of 12. We are 2 of 12, or 2 of 12. So, not a great start, especially when you force them into 8 turnovers. You're winning the rebounding battle. You've almost doubled them up rebound-wise, and several of those are offensive. Just not cashing in right now. And what's more perplexing is they don't have their length in there. Ader is on the bench with 2 fouls. I don't know if they'll keep him in there or on the bench. I would if just down 5.
Yeah. We talked about Caverna being a young basketball team with a junior, freshman, sophomore, 2 7th graders on the court. Crane will head fake with a bounce, and he'll give it off to Cade Button. Cade Button brings it out, gives to Buchanan, and a pass is stolen away. Lane Stevens off to Withrow, going in for the bucket. He puts it in. Had 2 defenders on him. 12-5, Barren County. 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Buchanan in the backcourt gives to Crane. Here on the near side, Wood. And they're going to have to hurry. Pass deflected, but caught by Wood. They go in a corner to Cade Button. They throw it back out to Crane on a high pass. And here's a shot from the left wing that is no good. Brooks with a rebound, hands it off to Withrow. Ahead up to Miller. Miller goes to the bucket, puts it in and one. And the foul is going to be on Buchanan. His first, team's 5th. Hayden Miller, 51.5% foul shooter. Puts it up. It is no good. Rebound to Caverna. 16 seconds to go here in the first. Wood wants to drive with it. Goes to the bucket. Puts it up. They're going to count it. And a foul.
I don't know. That's NBA continuation.
Yeah, that was a double Euro step there. That'll be Barron's 3rd team foul of the half. Foul on Aiden Miller. First personal. And Wood for the free throw. It is no good. Miller with a rebound. 8 seconds. Tay Pointer. 3 if it goes. Yes, sir. People's Bank 3. Desperation throw. Way short for Crane. That does it for the first quarter. Trojans lead at 17-7 over Caverna. We'll be back with the second quarter after this break. This is Barren County Basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
Here with the Shrimp Trio. They're playing a gig at Colton's. Here's fried shrimp.
CDC guidelines to help keep you and your family safe.
A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, serving our community since 1928. 201 East Washington Street in Glasgow. Call them at 651-2080.
You're listening to Barren County Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Glasgow. Now, back to courtside.
Quarter number 2 coming up, brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Glad to have you with us tonight here from Caverna High School. The Trojans 17, the Colonels 7. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer, Matthew Clark in the studios on the controls, and Nash 103.7. Withrow, bounce pass over to Griggs to the right side. He'll bounce it out to Pointer. Left side it comes to Withrow. Backdoor pass to Griggs. Now we're going to have
an offensive foul on Eli.
I didn't see what happened there. I was looking at Griggs going up for the shot.
I'm not sure what happened.
Going to be Brooks' first, team's fourth. Now we look at a 1-2-2 half-court trap as Crane throws it over to Buchanan. Gets it back over to Crane. Down to the right corner to Button. And that's Cade Button. He's in a trap, and Shirley reached in and tied it up. We'll go back to Caverna on the alternating possession.
We forced Caverna into 10 turnovers, like I said earlier. You know, and for the middle part of that quarter, we didn't really cash in, but to end the quarter, we did.
As it comes out of the backcourt to Crane. Crane working against Pointer. Right side over to Cade Button. Got 2 7th graders on the courts we talked about. Button and Crane. Going to get a lot of experience this year. Going up the baseline, they shovel it into Dax Button. He missed the shot. Rebound in there to Griggs for the Trojans. Griggs down the middle of the floor. Goes underneath and puts it up and in. I think they're calling for a traveling violation. You're kidding me.
That's 2 terrible walk calls that they've gotten both on Griggs. That's not good.
Caverna's basketball. 1 minute gone here in the second quarter.
Text him the definition of a walk at halftime.
I think so.
Let him read it up on his rule.
And here's Buchanan working it down to the left corner to Wood. Wood bringing it back out front, being chased out there. Cade Button's in a trap, bounces off to Buchanan, feeds it in there to Wood. And a whistle, and what do we got? A foul.
Or a walk before, but
should have been a walk before. Yeah, they're going to call the foul on Miller, and that's his second.
We got 2 on Corbin, 2 on Aiden. 2 are bigs, or 2 bigs. So we'll go a little bit smaller, but they are small without Ader in there.
Yeah. And Buchanan will toss it in as it comes out to Cade Button.
That's he almost put it down.
Double dribble, but smart enough to get rid of it. Here's Crane, left of the lane, fall away shot, no good. Rebound Pointer. And he gets fouled as he goes to the deck. And it'll be on Wood, and that's his third. Team 6th.
They don't have very many players at all. They have 10 dressed tonight. And they've got 2 kids in major foul trouble.
They got a long roster, but only 10 dressed, as you say. 17-7, Trojans as Withrow. Looks, goes into Lane Stevens, out to Pointer, straight away with a 3. Bottom.
They've gone 2-3 zone and actually left Wood in there with 3 fouls.
Tay Pointer with his second People's Bank 3-point shot, and it's now 20-7, Barren County. Comes over to Crane on the right side. He'll throw it back over the left side to Buchanan. Floats it back over the right side to Crane. Back to Buchanan. Works it down in the paint. He'll throw it off to the right corner to Cade Button. Back out to Crane. Being chased out there, double team. Cade Button lobs it back out. Having to chase it down was Crane out in their midcourt. They go into Dax Button. A foul. They're going to call it on Gavin Withrow. That's his first, and Barron's 6th of the half.
Quick
Both
girls,
teams with 6.
I was going to say quick girls game, but we're going to make up for it here by shooting a lot of free throws.
Yeah. 5:44 still to play here in the second quarter. What's the official talking about? He just hollered up here in the crowd? I mean,
I don't know.
Is that the 7th-team foul?
He's worried about what criticism has been given to him and not really managing the game, and that's got us all thrown off.
Yeah.
And it's not bonus, I don't think, is it? Or is it? No, it's sure not.
No bonus. Caverna's basketball as Dax Button will toss it in. Having trouble, they knock it away. Pointer comes up with the basketball. Sends it up court to Withrow. He had it knocked down by Wood. He's still on the floor with those 3 fouls. Coach Button's going to leave him in there.
That's really taking a chance, isn't it?
5.5 minutes to go here in the second. Barren leads it 20-7. And now Crane hands it off to Buchanan. Buchanan coming to the right side. Feeds it in there to Button, and he threw it away. Actually, Withrow tried to save it. I'm not sure if anybody touched it or not. He just kind of whipped that pass down to the baseline. So Buchanan, ball knocked away by Withrow, saves it in bounds. He's off and bounce pass underneath the Pointer, lays it up and in.
Good job.
Give the assist to Withrow.
Gavin really walked the tightrope over there on the far sideline, and Tay ran the floor with it.
Edward Jones, Jamie Harris assist for Gavin Withrow, and that lead is 22-7, and Caverna throws it away.
Not many answers right now.
And they're going to bring Ader back in the ball game.
It's probably the best move as it's starting to, kind of like I alluded to, look more like the girls' game now as the separation is starting to be created. And I was going to say, and honestly, we hadn't even scored a whole lot this quarter.
No, and Pointer's got both baskets, a 3 and a 2. Withrow gives it out to Griggs, gets the screen, pulls up with a 15-foot jumper and drains it.
It really started. We made all 3 of our field goal attempts this quarter. It really started. We made our first 2 in the game, missed our next 10, and then we actually made the last 3 of the quarter, so we made our last 6 total.
And Crane almost walked with it, gives it over to Buchanan. Buchanan being chased, sends it back over to Crane, down the right corner to Kate Button. Puts down the dribble, goes down to Ader, down low. Works inside, puts up the shot and in. 24-9. That's his first 2 points tonight. He was on the bench there with 2 fouls there early. Nice feed underneath the Ryan Shirley. Had it blocked from behind by Dax Button, and a foul will be charged to Button, his first, team 7th.
We're not going to complain about Ryan getting to go to the line, but if he'd have went straight up on the left side, that's maybe a foul on Ader, who would have 3 then too.
Ryan Shirley puts it up. It is no good. 77% foul shooter on the year. We'll get one more. Wood went out for just a second, and he's back in with those 3 fouls.
I don't know.
He's going to send Buchanan to the bench. 24-9. Barren County 4:16 to play second quarter. Shirley too strong on that one. Ader with a rebound for Caverna. As Crane brings it in front court, knocked away by Withrow, and the official right in the way.
Might have been able to save that one, wouldn't he?
He sure would have. And Eli Brooks comes in to replace Lane Stevens for the Trojans. Dax Button gets the ball in play to Wood. He drives against Griggs, goes to the basket, puts it up. It is good.
Got just a step when he caught it and curled into the bucket on Griggs.
A couple of field goals for Wood makes it 24-11. Here's Pointer giving it out to Withrow out front. 3:55 left in the second. Skip pass comes left side to Griggs. Not looking at the 3. Pointer will pull the trigger for 3. It is no good. And a rebound knocked down. It's out of bounds. And they're going to say it went off of Griggs.
Mason passed up a pretty decent look. And Tay actually ended up maybe with a better one off the play. That's where it was designed to go. Griggs just doesn't look to shoot a whole lot of threes. He's only made 9 all year.
3:36 to go here in the first half. Barren County 24, Caverna 11. Here's Wood with it long range left. Wants to drive off to the right side, gives to Button. Button spins back. He'll throw up the runner. Good, and a foul. Dax Button getting his second field goal. Draws a foul from Eli Brooks, and that's 2 on him. 8 on the Trojans here in the first half. Button is a 46% foul shooter, according to the Caverna stat sheet. See if he completes the old-fashioned three-point play. Puts it up. It is no good. Griggs with a rebound. To the top of the key. Throws it behind him to Shirley. Over the left side, Lane Stevens feeds it down low to Shirley. Trying to get around his defender, which was Ader. And then Griggs throws it back up and in over Ader. 11 for Mason Griggs. It's 26-13. The Trojans have it doubled up on Caverna with 3:05 to go here in the second period.
That ended a 6-0 run Caverna was on.
Dax Button, top of the key. Over the right side corner, Crane. He'll dribble it out and gives to Cade Button. Back to Dax Button. Here on the right wing. Back out front it comes to Crane with Pointer guarding him. Now wants to take him one-on-one, stops and lobs it into Ader, turning in the free throw lane. He lost the handle out of bounds, and they're going to say it went off Shirley.
Sure looked like it went off Ader to me.
And I don't know, the outside official came in.
I have no idea what's going on.
The official's just standing around.
I think he asked somebody to leave, but I don't know who or why.
Let's see if we can get an explanation here. One official talking to Coach Blake Button. And now the official going to the assistant athletic director, Caverna.
I think I know what happened, but I want to make sure before I say it because it's kind of funny.
And principal's Chris Crane. He's sitting on the stage and said a couple of words and put his mask back on. I don't know.
I don't think we're going to keep going until somebody leaves. I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, we have 2:43 left here in the first half. Barren County with a 26-13 lead. And I don't know. Now Coach Blake Button coming over to talk
I have
with
no idea.
Principal of Caverna, Chris Crane.
I think Blake's the athletic director and then the assistant athletic director, so it's kind of their administrative team meeting over there. And we'll see what happens. Anyway, we're up, doubled them up, and Caverna's going on a little run here. They've made their last three, but we're pretty hot. We've made 3 out of 4 twos, 1 out of 2 threes. So we've just missed 2 buckets this quarter.
And now Chris Crane, the principal of Caverna, is talking with one of the officials. I don't know. You think you know?
Yeah, I'm just going to wait and see what happens. But these masks on, you can't see what's said or what's done or any of those things. And
well, a little bit ago, one of the officials was
he was kind of
talking back to one of the Barren County fans, but
right. And I'm not sure a whole lot was said. I think he was just kind of questioning the walk calls that were made on Mason, which were probably not great calls.
The official needs to keep his focus on the game and not pay attention to what the fans are saying.
Right. It's hard to do in this little bitty gym. I mean,
there's a lot of people in here.
There is a ton of people in here,
and so let's see where Principal Chris Crane is going. He is on the Caverna side of the floor. And
maybe when he leaves, we'll start playing if that tells anybody anything.
I don't know. He's left the gym.
Well, I think that's what happened. I don't know. He walked by and said something to this younger official, and the younger official stopped the game and asked him to leave. So I think they threw their principal, Caverna's principal, out of the game. That's what happened. And since he left, we're back playing. So that would,
I guess so.
Say so.
Anyway, here's a shot in the lane, no good for Cade Button. Ader with a rebound, a collision, a blocking foul on Shirley. Good gracious alive.
Fifth region's always an interesting travel. And Brian Shirley gets that foul call going the other way 9 out of 10 times when we're at home, but he didn't get it here.
Even in the fourth region, he gets it a tier at the line. Free throw is no good. Rebound to Shirley. Griggs in the front court. 2.5 to go, second quarter.
See if we can get a rhythm back.
Here's Withrow for 3. Good.
That'll help. We need to go on a little run here. Last 2:20 of the half.
29-13 Trojans. Ball comes over to Wood. Knocked down by Griggs. And a double dribble.
He knocked it down.
He knocked it down to bat it away. That wasn't a dribble.
That's the catch. Yeah, I agree. That's not a dribble. It is if you're being passed the ball, but not when you deflect.
No. Knocked away by Griggs. Griggs going to the basket, puts it up. It is good. Count it, and a foul.
That's his move. Just hangs up in the air, draws the contact, and an and one bucket to put us up 16, chance at 17.
I guarantee you if it had been the other official who had been calling everything tonight, they would have called him for a walk.
Well, he's called his share of them.
Free throw good. Mason Griggs with the old-fashioned three-point play, and he's got 14 here in the first half. 31-13. Trojans. Wood lobs it off to Crane. He'll send it over to Dax Button. He's going to head to the basket, puts it up short. Pointer with a rebound. Pointer into the front court. Pointer fires it off to Shirley. Underneath, a little pump fake over Ater, and he puts it in.
Ater couldn't do much or he would have picked up his third foul, so Ryan did the right thing there and tried to challenge him. And
34-13. Wood on the left side of the floor. Being chased. Skip pass in the corner, and Cade Button has to do something with it. He can't dribble it. Ball knocked down. A whistle going to call Lane Stevens from coming behind Ader, and he'll commit the foul. That'll be his first, the team's 9th.
Trojan foul. Stevens is first.
And Meek Ater, as the PA announcer calls it. The free throw is no good. Long rebound comes off to Pointer. He's a 71% foul shooter, too. He's missed both of his free throw attempts tonight. 1:20 to go here in the first half. Pointer, left corner, throws it across over to Withrow. Had to go up high to catch it. In there to Shirley. Turnaround jump shot, no good. And Ader with a rebound for Caverna. 1:10 to play. First half. Crane throws it up on the run. It is no good. Withrow taps it to himself as he takes it down the left side of the floor. Cuts back to the right. Gives to Pointer for 3. Bingo!
Starting to create separation here.
37-13 Barren. That's 3 People's Bank threes for Tate Pointer in this half. Dax Button gives to Wood on the left side. Bounce pass over to Crane. Here's Dax Button driving. Runs into Pointer. Well, they're going to call a block on Tate Pointer. They don't know how to call charges over here.
Yeah, I do think our region...
Have you seen them call one charge tonight?
They haven't.
No.
I do think our region maybe calls proportionally more charges than other regions. But when it's a charge, it's a charge. It's hard to argue.
Dax Button at the line. He puts it up, no good. Like I said, he's a 46% foul shooter. He's 0 for 2. 37-13 Trojans with 40 seconds to play in the first half. And here's Button's second free throw shot. It is too strong. A rebound to Ryan Shirley. He's looking at a trap with throw. Gets it across. Bounce pass to Shirley. Shirley now looking. Pointer was wide open over there. They couldn't get it to him. As Withrow circles it back out with 27 seconds to go in a half. Pointer deep on the right. Back out to Withrow. 20 seconds to go. Left side it comes to Lane Stevens. Bounces back to Withrow out front. Looking at a trap. Now dribbles away from it. And now looking. Throws it across over Lane Stevens. Now here's Shirley. Feeds it back inside there to Griggs, and he puts it in.
Good job. Lane passed up a good shot to get a better one.
39-13. Here's a half-court shot at the horn. Hits the backboard. That's the end of the first half. At halftime, it's Barren County 39 and Caverna 13. We'll come back with our halftime report brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help, as you're following the Trojans. And a game presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event at Don Franklin Nissan in Glasgow. Get 0% for up to 84 months on all new select 2021 Nissan models. Plus, get the all-new 2021.
We are at halftime. The Trojans leading the Caverna Colonels here at Caverna 39-13. Barren County led 17-7 at the end of the first quarter. Outscored the Colonels 22-6 in the second period of play. And for Caverna, only 6 field goals in the first half. One of those a three-point shot. They went 0 for 6 from the foul line in the first half of play. Kenyon Wood and Dax Button both have 4 points apiece. The three-pointer that was made by Jalen Crane. 2 points for Meek Ader. Cameron Buchanan did not score, and neither did Cade Button, who saw action in the first half. Foul situation, Kenyon Wood picked up 3 fouls. Ader had 2 for Caverna. Trojans had 14 field goals the first half. 4 of those were three-pointers. 3 of them made by Tate Pointer. And the Trojans 6 of 9 from the charity stripe in the first half. Tate Pointer with 11 points to lead Coach Warren Cunningham's ball club. 3 threes and a 2. Actually, Mason Griggs has 16. He leads the scoring. Pointer also in double figures with 11. Griggs had 6 baskets and 4 for 4 from the foul line in the first half. 16 for Griggs, 11 for Pointer, 5 for Gavin Withrow, and a 3 and a 2. And 2 points each for Ryan Shirley, Aiden Miller, and Eli Brooks. And Corbin Murphy started the ball game, did not score. Colton Stevens and Lane Stevens saw action but did not score in the first half. In the foul situation for Barren County, Corbin Murphy went out at the 5:46 mark of the first quarter with 2 fouls, did not return. Aiden Miller also picked up 2 in the first half, and did Eli Brooks.
Well, it's been a crazy first half.
Yeah.
But the Trojans are playing well and had a really good second quarter there, scoring 22. So create that separation, and really defensively you did a good job too. So let's look at the stats. The Trojans were 14 out of 29, just under 50% there in the first half. Hit 4 out of 7 threes, being very selective when we shoot the ball. Caverna is 6 out of 7 overall, just 1 of 5 from three-point line. So holding them to just 35% shooting while you shoot just under 50. We doubled them up rebound-wise, had 18 to their 9, and forced them into 15 turnovers, which we started there in the second half to really cash into some buckets, and a lot of those were Griggs just going right at the rim. We turned it over 8 times ourselves. So I like our energy. Clearly the press or the three-quarter court trap is really negatively affecting Caverna right now, and hopefully we can continue this. The girls got, when we get the 35-point clock right at the third quarter buzzer, and the boys with a 26-point lead are well on their way to doing the same here tonight. So we'll leave Caverna Gym hopefully with 2 wins and head on our nice little road trip up to the Brea Richmond area in Madison County tomorrow.
Yep. Barren County came in on paper as a 30-point favorite tonight. We talked about Caverna being ranked last in the 5th region, and Barren County rated all over the place in 3 different polls this week. Number 4 in the Cantrell ratings in the 4th region, number 3 in the Bowling Green Daily News, and number 6 in the Sporting Times poll this week. A couple of scores, final scores in the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Open a Coke and enjoy the game. Of course, our game earlier tonight saw the Barren County Trojanetts win over Caverna Lady Colonel 62-34. And a couple of other final scores in tonight. Hart County boys defeat Glasgow 71-50. And in a girls game tonight, Metcalfe County beats Allen County Scottsville 78-49. And then you mentioned earlier about the Clinton County boys winning over Evangel Christian and heading to the championship of the All-A State tomorrow.
Yeah, sure did. That was a tough game. Actually, they had a chance almost at the buzzer to win it and missed a layup and put Clinton County into the finals tomorrow. I got 3 if you want to do them real quick.
Yep.
Warren Central's up 44-30 over LaRue County at the end of the 3rd. All these are boys scores as far as I know. Bowling Green's up over North Oldham 25-13 at the half, and Franklin Simpson beat Monroe County tonight 65-37. They're 12-2 on the season. We were upset that they beat us, and but they're right there at the top of the 4th region and putting together a respectable record.
And Barren County did not play one of the better games against Franklin Simpson that night. Anyway, we're about 2:40 before we get the second half underway. Zaxby's second half keys to the game.
Just maintain some consistency and composure as we head down the stretch here, and just keep the pressure applied.
All right, we'll come back with the Farmers RACC Jackie Brownlee Memorial second half after this break. Right now, the Trojans lead at 39-13 over Caverna. This is Barren County High basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
Sandwich has bread, every burger has a bun, but these warm, golden, smooth steam buns, these are special, reserved for the very best. The Filet-O-Fish, and you can have them too.
Enjoy even more with 2 irresistible Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for $5, only at McDonald's. At participating McDonald's, cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Since 1899, families have turned to Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home during their most difficult times of loss. We are committed to excellence in planning meaningful, affordable services to honor the memory of those we love. At Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home, our goal is to build a bridge of trust through open communication and to establish relationships with the families we serve that will last for generations. Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home in Glasgow. Here when you need it.
Excellence starts with a solid foundation. CRS Construction Company is a business that lays down that solid foundation, getting construction sites ready for new builds. A family-owned commercial and industrial construction company based in Glasgow, the owners have a combined experience of over 60 years in the construction business. They specialize in excavation, site development, and site utilities. Put CRS to work on your next job and know that it will be a success.
CRS Construction in Glasgow. Call them at 270-678-2876.
At Southern States, they believe that if you give your customers the very best, they will be your customers for life. And that's why you know you can always count on your local Southern States in Glasgow for only the highest quality products you depend on, all at prices you can respect. And of course, it's all backed by the friendly, knowledgeable folks who are always willing to go that extra mile to ensure that you get the right advice and expertise you're looking for. Always Southern States, Glasgow. You're listening to Barren County Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Glasgow. Now, back to courtside with J2.
And this third quarter is presented by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Glad to have you along on a Friday night. Trojans will be in action tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock up at Madison Central High School in Richmond. And we'll have that broadcast for you here beginning at 4:40 tomorrow afternoon. And then we'll be on the road Tuesday night at Grayson County for a girl-boy doubleheader. And then Thursday night, the girls will host Central Hardin. Not sure if the boys will have a game or not since Edmonson County canceled. And then it's the last week of the regular season next week.
Yeah, it's hard to find it. We just learned about it kind of inadvertently that Edmonson canceled on us, and it's hard to replace a game. Last game of the season, most everybody wants to play Thursday. Most everybody doesn't want to play 3 games in the week, so it just makes it difficult to find a replacement. But you also don't want to take off almost. Well, it would be a week until you play again. So,
well, let's see.
Hopefully we'll get this one going here.
They had to reset the clock there to get the second half underway. Trojans will start the second half with Mason Griggs, Corbin Murphy, Ryan Shirley, Tay Pointer, and Gavin Withrow. And for Caverna, they're going to go back with Dax Button and Cade Button, along with Wood, Crane, and Atir.
They leave their 2 with foul trouble in there, even though they make a change to the second half lineup from their starting.
Yeah. Barren County will have the basketball to start the third quarter, leading by 26. And not sure what the holdup is.
I don't know. I think they were cleaning up kind of some perspiration there, and now we're going to get going. Let's see what Caverna starts out in. They're showing a little zone.
They're coming chasing Withrow. Now Withrow needs some help. He'll get rid of it off to Griggs here on the near side. Griggs trying to spin away. Stop of the key. Pass was deflected by Button and out of bounds.
They're showing kind of a trapping zone like we play it. They're going out of a 2-3. We do a 1-2-2 though.
Withrow on the right baseline to toss it in. Gets it in there to Griggs. Goes to the basket, puts it in.
Just a little scoop to the hoop. Yep. Not much resistance from Caverna there.
18 for Mason Griggs. It's 41-13, Barren County. Just underway here in the second half. Atir at the free throw line. Works against Corbin Murphy with a spin move. Jump shot is up. It is no good. Rebound claimed in there by Ryan Shirley. Gives it off to Withrow. Withrow crossover top of the key to the free throw line. Gives to Griggs. He'll give it to Shirley. Goes under. Puts it up. Blocked in there by Atir. Taken by Wood. We'll try to call him Atir in the second half. Here's Wood for the layup. Good.
Wood played with those 3 fouls a lot of the second half, or second quarter, sorry.
41-15. Fast pass to Murphy and gives it to Griggs. Spin move against Atir. Little pump fake. Puts it up and in over Atir.
Not Ryan, but Mason has found a way with his size to play more in the paint than he does out of the paint.
20 points now for Mason Griggs. Both field goals here in the third quarter. 43-15. Here's a 3 by Cade Button that's no good. Griggs races out of there with it for the Trojans. Griggs trying to go to the bucket. Puts it up. He does and puts it in.
Took a little contact, but that's nothing right now.
22 for Griggs, and now it's a 30-point Barren County lead.
He's beaten Caverna by 7 by himself.
Yeah. Atir with it to left elbow, trying to backtrack into Murphy. Stolen away from behind. Withrow's got it. He'll head to the basket. Lays it up. It is good.
Caverna just really kind of laying down and not providing a whole lot of resistance right now as we've been able to jump out to a quick lead.
32-point lead now by Barren County. It's 47-15.
Correction. The last bucket was by Withrow.
4 field goals here to open the quarter compared to just 1 for Caverna.
Yep, and Mason Griggs with 6 of Barren County's 8 points here in the first minute and a half of the third quarter.
Knocking on that doorstep of a running clock.
Yeah. Had a running clock in the girls' game with the Trojanetts finishing the win by 28 as everybody had a chance to play tonight for Coach Piper Lindsay.
Be good.
Raven Ennis had 25 for Barren County to lead the Trojanetts in scoring tonight.
Nice to see that offense from the girls, also here from the boys. And if we get that running clock, I'd say obviously the game will go quick, but Warren will pull the starters, give them a rest. That's a long bus ride tomorrow.
It sure is.
And a little time between it.
Caverna with the basketball as Crane brings it across against Tay Pointer. Left side it comes to Cade Button. Cade Button on the move against Withrow. Withrow, ooh, he picked his pocket, and they're going to call him for a reach-in. His second, team's first of the second half.
Gavin should feel bad for picking on a 7th grader there.
Dax Button gets it out to Atier. Atier putting the dribble down against Murphy. Now he throws it over the left side to Cade Button. Back out to Dax Button. Back in there to Atier. Back to Cade Button. Dribbles across the key. Now he's picked up his dribble. Almost picked off there by Griggs. And now pass comes cross court to Crane. Here's the lob down to Atier. He'll put it up and in.
Just over Murphy's outstretched arms.
Of course, Atier stands at 6'7". 47-17. Barren County. Pointer with it on the right wing. Down in the corner goes to Murphy. Kicks it out to Withrow for the open 3 look. It is in there.
Very little rotation by Caverna's defense allowed us to skip it and knock down our 5th 3 of the night. Very efficient. We've hit 5 and only missed 3, so 5 of 8.
That's pretty good. Gavin Withrow with 2 People's Bank threes tonight. It's 50-17 now. 33-point lead. Crane behind the arc. Left side gives to Dax Button. Penetrates down the lane. A whistle and a foul. Going to put it on Ryan Shirley. His team's second of the half. And 2 shots for Dax Button. He's 0 for 3 from the line tonight. Had a couple of baskets in the first half.
Did we hit running clock and we not notice it? They didn't stop the clock there until they whistled in the foul.
I didn't think we went up by 35. First shot missed. So now he's 0 for 4. I thought 33's been the largest margin.
Maybe they just made an error.
And the second shot is up, and it is no good. Dax Button 0 for 5. As mentioned, he shoots 46% from the line. Tay Pointer, long range left. Dribbles it down halfway, brings it back out, gives to Withrow. Top of the key 3, and there again.
Feeling it right now.
That will start the running clock. Timeout by Blake Button and Caverna. 4:42 to go in the third. Barren County leads it by 36. It's 53-17.
Here's the hard thing to believe. We go all the way back to that first quarter stretch that we had. We went 6 minutes and 10 seconds without even scoring in the first quarter. We made those first 2 buckets and then missed our next 10, and that was a 6-minute and 10-minute stretch, and we already have made up for that plus more to get that running clock at 36. So, Trojans feeling pretty good on the offense.
Again, we'll be at Madison Central High School. I've never been to Madison Central to do a ball game there. I've been to EKU and done some ball games there in the All-A tournament in the past.
Yeah. I've been to Southern, never been to Central.
Been to Berea, did a tournament there, last year or year before last?
We played there a long time ago, too.
Yeah.
In the old gym.
Girls played in both gyms over there in the Christmas tournament they had. And then, of course, the boys were at South Laurel. So we took the trip up and down I-75 for 4 days. About 40 minutes in between. It's not Berea and London.
Yeah, it's not a terrible trip to Berea. That's for sure.
No. Caverna with the basketball as Crane has it out front. Crane around the top of the key, backs away against Pointer. Now wants to penetrate, goes left side to Cade Button, down to Dax Button in the left corner. He circles around, goes down to the lane, puts it up, he's fouled. It's going to be Ryan Shirley's third. And the team's third of the second half.
Trojan fouls on number 14. Shirley is third.
And now Dax Button right back to the free throw line where he's 0 for 5 tonight. Caverna has not hit a free throw. They're 0 for 8. And he got that one. Dax Button averages 5.5 points a game, 6'3" freshman. And Coach Warren Cunningham now going to bring in Eli Brooks and Colton Stevens in the Trojan lineup. Dax Button, second free throw toss is no good. Rebound to Brooks for Barren. 53-18. Did they stop the clock or did they?
I didn't pay attention.
Didn't they? I didn't see what they did there with the clock. There should be a running clock. Underneath Ryan Shirley and a nice pass from Colton Stevens for the Edward Jones, Jamie Harris assist. Ryan Shirley gets his second basket tonight. It's back up to 37, 55-18. Crane, right side over to Wood. Now Wood penetrating top of the key, gives it back off to Cade Button, coming by him, and he traveled.
They haven't turned it over very much this quarter. We haven't turned it over any. That's just Caverna's second turnover.
Here's a little surprise score for you. Into the first quarter. Metcalfe County boys 23, Allen County Scottsville 11.
That's the second surprising score we've had.
And Brooks turns it over for the Trojans. And the clock is running here in the third period. It's 55-18. Aiden Miller checking into the Trojan lineup along with Lane Stevens.
Did we get did you get a Glasgow Hart final?
Yeah, 71-50 Hart over Glasgow tonight. That's a surprise.
I wonder if all Glasgow had their full rotation tonight. I said that earlier, but I don't know how we'd find out.
Some crazy scores this year, especially in the last week and a half or so. Here's Crane driving, and Colton Stevens takes it away from him. Ahead, up the left side, it goes to Brooks. Brooks, I'm not good with a double dribble there, but he needs some help. He'll get rid of it over to Lane Stevens. Back out to Colton Stevens out front between the circles. 2:50 to play here in the third. The clock running. Lane Stevens dumps it in there at the right elbow. Miller, jumper, no good. Atier with a rebound, hands it off to Crane for Caverna. Into the front court. Sends it over to Cade Button on the right side. Here's a little floater down to Atier in the lane. And the basket is not going to count.
I don't know what else they want Corbin to do.
I don't either.
He's not the one creating the contact. Atier's going into his body, and Corbin's actually giving ground. He had his first couple fouls like that and gets another one.
It's going to be 3 on Corbin Murphy, 5 on the Trojans. Here in the second half, Caverna has no fouls in the second half. Dax Button trying to go up baseline against Miller. He cuts him off, gives it back to Cade Button. He'll lob it over to Crane. Down the left corner now to Wood. Now get tangled up as Atier and Murphy got tangled up in there. And they're going to call this one on Atier. That is his third. Team's first of the second half.
32, Atier, his third, team first.
Barren County's basketball, minute 50 left in the period. 55-18, Trojans. Brooks on the left wing. And a technical foul now has been called on Coach Blake Button.
Well, you should have learned, or Blake should have learned after the events of tonight, that official has a quick trigger.
Yeah. Not sure if he's been here before, but
he may never be back.
Yeah. Brooks puts it up. It is good on the technical free throw toss. 3 for 3 tonight for Eli Brooks, 6'6" sophomore. Makes it 56-18.
Blake didn't agree with the foul call. He thought Corbin fouled before. Atier got his elbow up around Corbin's neck.
And Brooks hits the second one. It'll be Barren County's basketball. Taylor Ogles has checked into the Trojan lineup for Corbin Murphy. As Brooks at midcourt gets it inbounds to Lane Stevens. Stevens hands it off to Colton Stevens. Minute 35 to go in the third. Barren up by 39. Miller on the baseline trying to reverse it. Oh, tough shot. Got around Atier to put it in.
Colton gave him the ball in a good spot, but Aiden finished it off.
Miller.
59-18, and Dax Button cut off down low by Ogles. Has to bring it back out, heads toward the corner, and he is covered up. They give it to Atier, and he lost the handle, but Wood there to grab it. Around the perimeter goes right side to Cade Button, down to Atier against Miller. Fall away shot in the air, no good. Rebound taken in there by Ogles. He'll give it off to Colton Stevens. Colton Stevens now sends it out to Lane Stevens, hands it back to Colton. He'll drive it down. Here's his runner in the lane. It is no good. And rebound to Dax Button for Caverna. 48 seconds to go in the quarter.
Had a good look, couldn't get it to go.
Now Cade Button, the 7th grader, works it into the paint, spin move, trying to go up and out, shovels it off underneath to Atier, and he puts it up and in.
And everybody was watching the ball handler, and he did a good job distributing.
59-20. 32 seconds to go in the third. Colton Stevens bounce pass to Brooks. Left of the key. Gives it back out to Colton Stevens. Miller, free throw line. Working it left of the lane. Throws up the jump shot. 8 foot. No good. Rebound. Ogles had it slapped against the board by Atier. And here's a shot put up. No good for Colton Stevens. And Atier trying to get the rebound. A foul on Ogles. That'll be his first and Barron's fifth of the second half as the clock winding down here in the third period with 8 seconds to play.
Actually expired probably before they even get it in here.
As the ball comes into Crane, that'll be it for the third quarter. After 3, it's Barren County 59 and Caverna 20. We'll come back with the fourth quarter after this break. This is Barren County High School basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
Contracting in stone has stood the test of time, with quality being their top priority. Scotty's has been serving South Central Kentucky for nearly 50 years. As your local paving contractor, Scotty's is community-minded and community-involved, therefore willing to go the extra mile to help their neighbors and friends. Scotty's Contracting believes home is where the heart is, and they want you and your family to love the path that leads you to it. You can increase the value of your home with a newly paved driveway. Just imagine that curb appeal. Whether you're selling your home or staying forever, quality paves the way with Scotty's Contracting. Give your home or business more curb appeal with the help of Scotty's Contracting. Rely on your local paving contractor, someone you can trust. Scotty's, serving you for nearly 50 years and is here to stay. Call 270-629-2112. That's 270-629-2112 or Scotty'sContracting.com.
You're listening to Barren County Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Glasgow. Now, back to courtside with Jay Turner.
And this fourth quarter brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. I think they just threw the ball in the trash can over here. They threw it from midcourt and went right in the trash can.
Yeah, it got deflected and we turned it over.
I don't think I've ever seen that before, to go right into a trash can.
You at least get 1 point out of that,
right? 59-20. Here's a shot. Well, I thought Button was going to take it up and he'll throw up the runner, and no good. An offensive rebound by Crane out of the right corner. He'll give it out front to Wood. Now Wood back to Crane. He'll launch it for 3. It is no good. Rebound Long over the right corner to Brooks. Here's a long pass underneath and a layup that's good for Travis Jones, who just checked in, the 6'1 senior. That was a length of the floor pass from Colton Stevens.
Colton's played well so far tonight. Really well.
61-20. Got MJ Pendleton in now for Barren County. He's trying to front a tier, and now we got a whistle, holding foul.
He's going to get Pendleton, I think, off the ball on a tier.
And that is the 6th team foul on Barren County here in the second half with 6:46 to play. It stops the clock for free throws. It's a tier at the line. He's 0 for 2, only 6 points tonight. No, a tier and Buchanan averaged 25.5 points a game between them. And tonight they only have 6. Make it 7 as the tier hits the free throw. Makes it 61-21. And this shot comes off, and a rebound to Ogles.
Neither one of them have really been factors at all. Buchanan just hasn't been able to touch the ball and get shots at all.
And Travis Watson's going to fire up a three-point shot that comes up short. A tier with a rebound. And here's a 3 by Cade Button. It is no good. And the rebound comes off to the Trojans. As they give it down to Travis Jones, he slid his feet. He got the shot, but it's not going to count. Slid his feet before putting down a dribble. And 6:10 to go here in the basketball game. Button with it in the corner. He's in a trap. Pass is deflected. They call a foul on Ogles. His second. Team 7th.
Shows a foul on 21. Ogles, his second. Team 8th.
And it is Dax Button at the line. He is 1 of 7 from the charity stripe. His free throw goes up, and he got that one. That's his 6th point of the night. 61-22. Barren County. And this shot is missed. A tier was over the back of Ogles, but Trojans get the rebound.
It's Bray Bewley, 35.
Bray Bewley, 8th grader. So he handles the basketball, goes left, gives it over to Jones. Jones had it swatted away, got it back though, and trying to fight for it in there is Wood. And Wood commits the foul. That is his fourth. Only the team's second of the half.
Front of foul, number 2. Wood is fourth. Team second.
And Ray Bewley is just an 8th grader. As he handles the basketball, driving right, trying to go to the bucket, and he took one extra step. We'll give it back to Caverna with 5:12 of the clock running here in the fourth.
Yeah, either pitch that or go up with it, but 8th grader getting some good action tonight to learn those things.
I have to remember the last time Barren County won ball games with running clocks back-to-back games.
Nights.
Yeah, doubleheader.
Yeah.
Pass picked off by Jones, but he threw it away right in the hands of Dax Button, and then he threw it away, tried to go to Atier as Ogles jumped in the passing lane. Travis Watson in the lane, shoots over Atier, comes up short. Ball slapped away out of bounds by Button. It'll stay with Barren County with 4:36 left. That'd be a good one to research.
It's going to be a little harder to research because you don't really know if it was running. There's not an asterisk on the scoreboard. You can just find all the ones that you were up by 35, but a lot of times it goes below. You saw that earlier.
That's right. Yep. Travis Watson, or Blaine Watson. I call him Travis. I don't know why. I think I used to know a Travis Watson. Here's Pendleton. They go inside to Ogles, working in there against Button. A foul on Dax Button, and that'll be his second. Team's third. 3:50 left, and Barren County leading 61-22. Goes in the left corner to Jones. He couldn't shoot the three. Jonah Blackburn. Jonah Blackburn, 32, 6'1 junior. Out to Bewley. Go in the middle to Pendleton, the right elbow. Turns against Atier. Had it smacked away. Had to get it back out, though, to Bewley. Bewley goes left side over to Jones. He fakes. He drives. He goes up with a shot. It is good. Nice move by Travis Jones. 62-20, or 63-22, Barren County. 3:20 left in the contest. Here's Wood left side. He's going to drive, goes to the bucket, puts it up, missed it. Rebound by Wood, lost it. Bewley has it for Barren. 3:10 left.
We're holding them to 5.5 points a quarter tonight.
Bewley, jump shot, no good. And a foul here on Pendleton as he was trying to out-rebound Atier. Second one on M.J. Pendleton. Now Coach Blake Button's going to insert 3 new players for the Colonels. 21 is Desmond Rowlett, 5'9 freshman. 24, Julian Alonzo, 5'7 junior. And let's see, did I miss anybody? Free throw is good for Atier. It's his 8-point. 24. Okay, I got that one. And then we got 15. 15?
Yeah.
That's Joseph Dice. Second shot good for Atier. And now they get Russell Williams, an 8th grader at 6'1 for Caverna.
Yeah, I think that's everybody.
2:50 left. And Ray Bewley with a basketball for Barren. Gives to Watson. Watson crossover to the right. Gives to Pendleton. He'll shoot it out of the corner. Knocks it down. M.J. Pendleton gets in the book tonight at 65-24. We come down to the 2.5-minute mark of the ball game. Wood stays on the floor. I think the only starter for Caverna. Wood dribbles right. Being forced out there by Bewley. And the pass goes in there for a jump shot, blocked in there by Pendleton. And coming up with it is Blackburn. Gets rid of the basketball to Bewley. And he double dribbled. He wanted to pass it off. And saw the defender come in front of Jones. So the ball goes back to Caverna with 2 minutes to play.
We got 5 turnovers this quarter. That's more than we've had any other quarter.
Of course, he's played with mostly reserves here in the fourth quarter. 1:48 left. And slapped away by Bewley, out of bounds.
don't know why they're stopping the clock. They sometimes stop it, sometimes let it run. They don't know.
I don't think they know. Here's Wood penetrating, gets rid of it over the left side. Almost a walk there. Here's a long three. Air ball. Caverna with the board as Williams came out of there with it. Williams has it taken away from Babuli, and then Williams reaches in and foul. Oh, they call a jump ball. Possession error to the Trojans with 1:27. Well, the clock needs to continue to run, and they just stop it.
Yeah.
Extending the game a little bit longer. Jones for three, no good. Rebound, Pendleton back up and in.
Went up, got it, and put it straight back and in.
67-24, 1:08 to go. Wood on the right side, they give it to Dice. He drives, he goes up with a high looping shot that's no good. Loose ball on the floor picked up by Pendleton. He gives it to Bewley. 55 seconds to play. Bewley getting chased out there, double team. Now Jones with it in the left wing, back out to Bewley. Back to Jones, give it in there to Pendleton, going to the basket. He goes under, puts it up, no good. They're going to call a travel.
It's a good move
on Pendleton. I don't think they know where the jump stop is.
We've had 6 points they've wiped off by those we'll call bogus travel calls.
30 seconds to go. Left side comes to Rowlett. They go down the corner to Alonzo. Back out to Wood. 23 seconds to play. Now Wood working around to the right side against Bewley. Leaves it in the corner. And a high arching three. That almost hit the rafter. 13 seconds left on the air ball shot that almost hit the rafter. And Bewley will just dribble it out. Trojans will win it 67-24 over Caverna tonight as Barren County goes to 17-6 on the year. Caverna falls to 4-13. We'll be back with the CPC Commodities postgame report in a moment. This is Barren County basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
Looking for a new place to bank? Consider South Central Bank, a bank that believes in lifelong relationships, offers free checking, safe and secure online and mobile banking, friendly local lenders who know you by name and are ready to invest in your success, convenient lobby and drive-through hours, including Saturdays, to better serve you. South Central Bank has been serving communities across Kentucky for nearly 50 years. South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Member FDIC.
Over the Caverna Colonels tonight. Looking at the stats for Caverna as we welcome you to the CPC Commodities post-game report. CPC Commodities, proven in our farm and made for yours. 9 field goals by the Colonels tonight, only 3 in the second half. 5 of 15 from the charity stripe. And Meek Atier had 9 points to lead Coach Blake Button's team. Kenyon Wood had 6. Dax Button had 6. And 3 points for Jalen Crane tonight. For the Trojans, a total of 26 field goals. 6 of those were three-pointers. And the Trojans were 8 of 11 for the free throw line. Mason Griggs had 22 tonight to lead Coach Warren Cunningham's ball club. He had 9 field goals, 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. 16 of those points come in the first half tonight. 13 for Gavin Withrow, 3 threes and 2 twos. 11 for Tay Pointer, all those coming in the first half of play. Knocked down 3 trays. 4 points for Ryan Shirley. Also, Aiden Miller scores 4. Eli Brooks had 4. Travis Jones with 4. MJ Pendleton scores 4 points tonight. As Coach Warren Cunningham, well, you didn't have to use the rail, I guess, like Piper Lindsay did, but he just jumped up here. Coach, congratulations to you. Easy win for you tonight.
Well, I thought we had good focus and good defensive intensity from the get-go there, and we were attacking offensively, getting the ball to the rim, we made some shots, but I thought the key was that we had really good focus and good intensity defensively. We rebounded, able to get some good looks in transition, get the ball to the rim, and then when we got the lead, we didn't take our foot off the gas, and got good play off the bench, and a lot of guys played well.
And it was a good chance to get your starters rested because you've got a long road trip tomorrow against a pretty good basketball team, which will and Cameron Buchanan, their 2 leading scorers.
Couple, Travis and MJ both got a couple buckets there, and that was good because, some of those guys are going to be in there a lot in the future, and it's good experience for them anytime they can get that in there. Of course, Travis is a senior, and it's good to get him some minutes as well.
Yeah. Madison Central tomorrow, 5 o'clock Central Time. Alan Feldhouse Jr. coaches the Indians. Been there about 25 years, I think. And he got a pretty good basketball team. They got 4 players that average in double figures out of that rugged 11th region.
Yeah, and they're you can't judge them by their record because the schedule that they play is just unreal because he plays anybody and everybody, but they have an outstanding team. We went up there 2 summers ago and to their summer stuff and played 2 days, and we played them, and it's a lot of the same kids. They were sophomores then, and they shoot the ball really well, and they're got an excellent coach. I mean, he's one of the best in the state. He's won a state championship, won a whole lot of games, and heck, the court's named after him. You did a pretty good job if they named the court after you while you're still coaching. So, it's a good game here late in the season for us, and they needed somebody for senior night, and they're going to return it next year in our classic. They're going to come back and play in our classic next year, but just be a good game for us. It is a long road trip, but it's on a Saturday here, and this is winding down. It's just another opportunity to play a good team, and we'll have to guard the 3-point line. They all shoot it really good. They've got good balance, and it'll be a good test for our team.
Yeah, that's a team that's beat Scott County, Lafayette, Dunbar, Montgomery County.
Yeah, they beat George Rogers Clark, I think.
That's right.
Night, and
beat them 1 point.
I mean, those guys have scored a ton of points and only lost 2 or 3 games, I think. They were playing Pulaski tonight, so we'll see how that game comes out and get ready for these guys tomorrow. It's 5 o'clock our time, 6 o'clock their local time at in Richmond, and it'll be a varsity-only game.
Right, and you said it's senior night.
Yeah, and I assume they'll do that before the game there. It really shouldn't affect the start time there with just one game.
Not a whole lot of rest, but we'll look forward to tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, it's not, and the good thing was none of our guys played a ton of minutes tonight, and we took Wednesday off to get some rest and had a good workout yesterday. So trying to get ready for the finish here.
Coach, congratulations to you. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon.
Right. Thanks, Jay.
Coach Warren Cunningham, the Trojans winning easily here tonight over the Caverna Colonels 67-24.